Okay. Okay. This is something new for me. First of all, I want to say I'm in Texas, and I want to say that this is very difficult for me. It's long overdue, and I look crazy. Well, I guess I'm a little crazy compared to what I'm going through because this is long overdue. I've been going through this for a very long time. First, I want to say that I'm in Texas, that I moved to a neighborhood. Well, first of all, let's say that I'm from the Love Field area, and which is on the north side. And um, I left home at a very early age, which I was 16 on the day of my birthday. And I left home because my mother started entertaining her friends, me not knowing that she actually got caught up with a guy that gave her drugs. So I didn't know that. So I guess that's one good thing because she didn't let me see it. But this not a good thing, me being put out the house and her running me out the house when I needed my mother. So I come from a people would say a middle class um, family, which really is a broken home. Okay, but they would say anything is a good family when someone has some money, a little bit of change, which that's a good thing, and then that's a bad thing when things occur in the home that shouldn't be occurring in the home. So it's more easy to get away with doing things that shouldn't be happening in the home. Well, long story short, she meets this guy on the job where she worked at, and the job was a job for males, but she was the first set of women that was actually hired on in the 70s. Now, my father left when I was approximately five going on six. Yes, I do remember the day that he left. And that's about all I remember is when he left. I don't remember anything else of him being there. And but anyway, he left, and I did know my father, but he left my mother, and he left to be with another woman. But uh, anyway, my mother started seeing this guy, and this guy was a city official. Okay, but when my mother started seeing him, he was working with her on the job, and he was going to school part time. He was going to school at SMU College, which is a prestigious college in Dallas, Texas, over there in Highland Park, which where the rich and the famous live. And the middle class and lower class live on the side. So he was attending school there, and I used to sit at school with my mom while he was going to law school. Okay. So uh, we sat at school while he continued his education to be a lawyer. But what happened was um, my mother was really fond of him. And I, she was kind of like the one that would give the money and she's gone. So I pretty much was raised with the elders down there in towards south of Texas. So anyway, down there in that going towards that Louisiana area. Okay, so give a shout out to them. So those people down there, such as who do I like that I've been looking at the YouTube lately, which is Bootsy Badass, and some more people out there. So y'all keep it up down there. So anyway, so down there in that area. So Therefore, I had a chance. I did not know that that was my chance to get out of Texas and really kind of like be in the country because, like I said, God knows what's going to happen later on. So I needed that because my grandfather didn't have a restroom in the house. And so I needed that. Okay. And then my grandma, she held her head up high and she walked with pride. And I didn't have to leave the room. So at the end of the day, whatever she had to do, she was going to do it before I got there. So I didn't have to leave the room to be excused because someone getting ready to say something that I don't have any business listening to, or something that she's getting ready to do. She had already been there, done that, and did it. So by the time I get there, I sit down and be in my place and sit with the elders. So I was raised with the elders. So I know how to carry myself in a respectful manner. Okay. So I didn't know that was my outing period, my learning period. I just knew that I had two different lifestyles. So that's what got me where I'm at today. And that was my survival mode, just to move this further so I could tell you exactly what's going on down here in Texas. Okay. So anyway, so I leaves home because the man, I noticed I noticed that this man was, well, she started getting into a lot of money, having a lot of money, and she started traveling everywhere, shopping and everything. She was already a hustler. And I don't mean no hustler in no bad way. I mean, like, she was sing sometime at nighttime, and then she had the job during the day that she sold Avon. And she was just always about trying to make it better and raise her kids. So that was a good thing. But when this man came, he was nothing but a city slicker. Let's just get straight to the point. He was a yellow city slicker. I don't know where he came from, but he was a city slicker. Okay, that's what I say. Okay, he had game. And I don't think my mother was ready for the type of game that he had. Okay, that he was coming to give. I guess it was supposed to be her being up there with the elite. But let me tell you what he really did. He really just used my father's house that my father left my mother. Yes, she paid for it. But at the end of the day, women did not have homes back then. They didn't have houses. They didn't have houses in the 60s. Okay. Black women did not have houses in the 60s. A woman could not get anything in her name. So when her and my father married, that house was in his name. And a man could beat your ass back then too. He could beat your ass, and you're not gonna call the police. Not coming. Okay, police not coming. You're getting your ass beat. Okay, just like the rest of the women. If you're gonna get your ass beat, you gotta get your ass beat, and that's what you gotta do. And when he leaves you there with the kids, then you got a house and you gotta maintain it. And if you're a respectful woman, you gotta work hard. Okay, you gotta work hard, and you gotta lay on your back. It's either two things that you gotta do, but you gotta raise them kids. That's exactly what you got to do. And if you're going to get some help, he'll probably help you. That's if you don't go out and make some more. But anyway, moving on to this story. So she meets this guy and everything. And I noticed that she started traveling. I never been often to traveling, thank God. Because I turned around and she asked me if I wanted to go. And I told her no, I didn't want to go. Okay. And I remember that. And it was good that I said that. Okay. So I leaves home, and this is how it happened before I left home. Before I left home, I noticed that she was really wired up over this guy. And I seen this guy push her or do some, kind of like he was being aggressive with her or something. Now, I do remember my daddy being aggressive with mom that day, and that's the day he was out of there. That day, I remember that day. Okay. So, long story short, this guy started being aggressive. And I seen him be aggressive. And he had my mother on the car like he had his elbow in her throat. Let me tell you something. We hunt all the time, uh, and everything. And, we can get to a gun, and we're gonna have a gun. Everybody's gonna have a gun in the house. Okay, it's not that many people in the house, but we're gonna have a gun. Okay, we're gonna have a gun because we actually, you you can go in our sink. You're not gonna find no tacos. You're not gonna find no fried chicken. You're not gonna see none of that at our house. Okay, when we were coming up. Okay, you're not gonna have candy. You're gonna have apples. You're not gonna have the tacos. You may looking at the sink and you're gonna see a turtle. Okay, you're gonna see a turtle in that sink, but you're not gonna see no pizza. You're not gonna see none of that. Okay. And as a matter of fact, let me tell you something. I don't like the way I look now. Okay. I don't like the way I've been beat down. I don't like the way I look now. Okay. I don't like the way I allowed someone to beat me down now. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like the rings around my eyes. I don't like nothing on my head like this. I don't like none of that. I don't like the way how I've been mistreated. I don't like the whole idea and I don't appreciate it. Okay, first of all. But let me tell you this. So, anyway, moving this story along. So I turn around and mom find these matches. Okay. Well, first of all, let me tell you this. This man played our family. Yes, he played our family because I wasn't thinking about being popular, but a lot of people knew me, but I was quiet. So I used to actually have these people sign these petitions and stuff. And I started thinking back, and this man was actually running for mayor at the time. Okay. So therefore, I don't think he wasn't from Texas, so didn't nobody really know him, not the people that I had signing the petition. So I can't speak for the rest. I don't think nobody really knew him. So everybody signed my petition, they were signing because I asked them to sign. So therefore, all these petitions being signed is being signed by our family. Okay. So he just got in good. So he can't turn around and say that this is not true because at the end of the day, my family knew him. That's how long he was around. Okay. So anyway, long story short, I seen him get aggressive with mom. Okay, so he probably didn't want me there at all after I saw this. I seen him get aggressive with her. It seemed like he put a elbow or something in her throat or something. Now I heard about daddy used to fight her, and then I heard that I heard daddy used to fight her, and then I know for a fact that that the day that my father left, he was fighting her because she jumped in to help me because I broke a 10-cent ashtray and he was up here turning me upside down by my legs and beat me in my damn back and my damn beat me, whopping me in my back and my butt and had my legs up in the air and mama jumped in, okay? And then daddy jumped on mama. And then that's how the neighbors turned around and ran his ass out of there. Because that's what they used to do back then. They used to get together and get the baseball bats. They didn't have guns and stuff. So they would get the baseball bats and run the man out the house. That means that's when you really mess up. Okay, the neighbors used to the women used to stick together back then. They used to stand up and stick together. Okay, and then they would make sure that the man don't come back. And the women we used to help each other back then. Okay, and that was the bond back then. Okay, now I don't know what's going on with the women today, the black women today, all this other stuff. Somehow they lost the way. I don't know what's going on with this sexual thing. I don't understand. Because if you got it, you got it. You don't have to flaunt it. I don't know what the heck is going on. But anyway, that's neither here or there. For as I'm concerned, ain't nothing wrong with being sexy. I just think it's just a distraction. That's what I really think it is. I think it's feeding things in your head to get you to go a different direction. So when your mind is on one thing, your mind need to be on something else. That's what I think what's going on at that end. Because it ain't nothing wrong with turning up, but let's just be classy. But anyway, long story short, um, so so I seen him put his elbow in her neck and I looked at him and he looked at me and then he kind of bagged back and then he got off of her. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I believe that was the moment that he knew that I wasn't gonna be around long. I was not gonna be there. That was just the bottom line. That I could be a problem right there. Because my older brother had left, and then my other brother was there, and he was older than me. But I actually, witnessed that, and I was gonna be a problem. And I can see me being a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. My mother is something else. Okay. But I do know one thing. Whatever you better not be messing with my mama in front of my face. Okay. I'm gonna tell you now. Okay, mama can do a lot of things, but I don't know what it is. But you better not mess with mama. You better not mess with her. Okay, and that's probably, that's a good and a bad, but that's neither here or there. That's just the way it was, and I was young at the time. And even if it had to continue on or anything else, I don't. Nah, I just can't see you doing nothing to my mama. Okay, just don't mess with my mama. You know, you know what I'm saying? Just do whatever you gotta do, as far as but don't put your hands on her. Okay. I don't get off on that kind of stuff. You're not my father. And matter of fact, you're standing on somebody else's property. So anyway, moving forward, because I'm gonna get this story going. Okay. And I just gave you the foundation work of what's kind of going on at the beginning. So anyway, I see this, and then time passed and everything. I already thought that the guy was a little fruity. Okay, that's another thing too, because he had a yellow van. Okay. And that's and he picked us up from school one day. And this time I was in the ninth grade. And I wasn't even 16 yet, because I left on my birthday. And in this situation hadn't even happened yet. So he picked us up from school, and I guess it was supposed to be a surprise that he had a van or something. So I seen this van in front of the house when we got on our street, and and me and my brother was talking. We was like, "What is that in front of the house?" And I said, "That looked like a bus." and and I don't think he liked me. I just don't think he liked me. I just don't think. I think that's enough. That's two things that he didn't like me. That right there, those two things, he didn't like me. Well, you know what? Don't no man get no yellow van. That's like back in the day, if you think about it, late 79, that's like a hippie thing. Don't no man get no yellow van. You riding us to school in your Corvette, and you get a yellow van. Get a blue one. Get a dark blue one. Don't get yellow. Okay, because that's why I'm getting ready to get to the where I'm getting today. Because I'm gonna have a lot of people mad at me today. I know they are. By the way they treat me, well, they treat me as if they hate me. So at the end of the day, I guess they're gonna really hate me now. Okay, what I'm getting ready to tell you. Okay, they're gonna really hate me. Well, at the end of the day, okay, more power to the people. Okay, so anyway, I got this Black Panther hat on, so more power to the people. Got me covering my hair, messing up my pretty hair, because you can't stress too much. It'll change the texture of your hair. That's what I'm gonna tell you that now. It will change the texture of your hair if you stress too much for the longest I've stressed. That is crazy, because I normally have gorgeous hair, okay, and beautiful skin. And I never look like this. So they didn't downgraded me. So I'm gonna tell on all these damn people. So anyway, moving on. So July, I was coming up on my birthday, and I think it was July. I think he got married on the 16th, because I think I saw it in the clipping. But anyway, I already know it was July. So what happened was my mother found some matches in that yellow van, and he was getting married. He was getting married. The lady that was holding him down, the lady that was riding with him, the lady, whatever they was doing to get all this money. You know what I'm saying? I think they was I know they was selling weed. Okay. And my mom was selling weed. The one that the weed fell out of my cousin's car, and she was showing me how to, she's walking me to the toilet and flushing it. Like for real? Like for real, I saw the weed, and I told my father, and my father was going to get her in trouble, but I knew not to let daddy get close to that because daddy was mad at mama and we would have been in the orphan somewhere because daddy ain't finna do right. You know, he ain't finna raise nobody. Okay. So long story short. So anyway, so anyway, what else did I say? So she found the matches in the car saying that he was getting married Saturday. And I think she found them on a Tuesday night. No, she found it Wednesday. It was Wednesday. She found it Wednesday. Wednesday. And she found the matches and she was just laying in this bed. She was just laying in the bed, just not like her laying in the bed. She would do that on Saturdays, but she laying in the bed. And you know what? Our whole life just went down. Everything just spiraled out of control. I mean, this what I'm telling you. You would think like this lady telling us her childhood story. No, what I'm telling you is a story that's getting ready to give you a roller coaster ride because what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. Okay, you because God do everything for a reason, and what's done in the dark it's gonna come to the light. Now you may fool some people some of the time, but whatever you do in the dark, it's gonna come to the light. You can be slick all you want to. Believe me, Slick Rex, everything that you do and you get away with, it's gonna come back on you. Believe me when I tell you that. It's coming back. Karma, if you call it karma or keeping a secret that you think that's not gonna get out, it's gonna come back. That's the way the universe is. So I just want to tell you, and now I'm gonna tell you this story. So what happened was me and my brother, we found a tape, and the tape said, Mama laying in the bed. And I don't even think Mama was laying in the bed yet. I don't even think she was laying in the bed yet. This is how bad this messed up our childhood. As if it wasn't, what I'm saying? Like we already had problems already. We didn't need that in our household. Okay? We didn't need that over there. Okay? We already have a mother that's holding it down that got a good job now and everything. And my brother had went off to the Marines. You know what I'm saying? So I seen some troubles with my brother, the way my mama treated my brother. We didn't need nothing else in our household. And what I seen what mama was doing to my older brother, that was abuse. Okay? I'm gonna just tell you that now. That was abuse. That was abuse that wherever she got it from, maybe it could have been my daddy abusing her because my daddy is not my brother's child. But you didn't took that out on my brother. And my brother didn't took that out on me and my other brother. Okay. So therefore, that's a dysfunctional home. But that it seems to be okay. So this lady is really doing good for her family. Okay. So he should have never came in that household at all. Okay. And be careful, women, when you let these men come in the household. Okay. Because as soon as you turn around and start doing good, as soon as you do good, think about it. As soon as you start doing good, it's amazing how something so shiny and looks so good and seem like you just being blessed. Okay. Be careful because it could be nothing but the devil sending somebody your way that don't mean you no good, okay, and want to keep you in a turmoil, okay. So anyway, so what happened was me and my brother found this cassette and it said, I didn't want you. Only thing I wanted you to do is suck my dick, and that's all I wanted from you. You got 3 kids. I'm not gonna marry you. Can you imagine me hearing this stuff and looking at my mama laying in this bed? Because she wasn't laying in the bed yet. She wasn't laying in the bed yet. She started laying in the bed because she went into a depression. So she laying in the bed. I'm listening to this, and I just thought that was the first year they had the hotline for kids. So I turned around and called the hotline. They asked me, "How old are you?" I said 15 years old. They said, "You too old." So I got off the phone. Well, let me tell you something. My mother started abusing us. Yes, she did. She started abusing us. She started abusing us, and it did not last long to us. It ended up being me. She started abusing me. She stopped abusing my brother and started abusing me because I started growing breasts. So she started abusing me. I mean, literally like abusing, like mental abuse, severe abuse, like all day long. Like this lady didn't want to even go to work. Like it's this these people, they did so much. I'm not even knowing what's going on yet. Okay. I did see the weed. I seen several bags. You used to get the big bags back in the day. Okay. So I seen the weed, but other than that, I never saw my mama smoke. I never see my mama do no drugs or none of that kind of stuff. Okay. So whatever she doing, you can smell it in the air, but she's not doing it in front of your face. But long story short, so anyway, so she ends up I heard that, and then I heard that, then she started abusing me. So then I started growing breasts. Okay, it was time. Shit, I was going on 16. It's time, you know. So anyway, so she's being abusive, and I got some memory problems right there too, because I'm thinking that I lost a year because she actually abused me for a year. So I'm thinking that I lost time because I end up having memory problems, on a year, me missing a year. But I leaves home and everything on my birthday, and I am missing a year. I think I kind of remember everything else, but I am missing a year. So anyway, so I leaves home. I have a hard time on the streets. um, I just took my government class. That was my first time not in the country. I took my government class. It must have been a blessing that I took my government class because I would not have graduated. I did not have anywhere to stay. I was here, there, everywhere. Come to find out, as time, few weeks, months, the house ended up being a flop house. That's what ended up happening. The house ended up being a flop house, and they were partying. And the hurtful thing is when my mother sold my bedroom suit to my classmate, and that ended up being the party room, my room. That was one of the hurtful things. I tried to follow the guideline to go to college and work and all this other stuff. I was trying to keep up with it. I was trying to keep up with every single thing, you know. But that was gonna only last for so long, because when you start going to school because you need somewhere to stay, you know what I'm saying? And if someone do something wrong to you, then and they be prejudiced against you, because I was going to a predominantly white school, or they do something to you, you have nobody on your side to be there to stand up for you. You just gotta take the grade. And then I was dressing before my time. I was I used to wear the little you know, the I used to wear the little tops. But I would have on the full, the jeans, and the heels. But I used to wear, the little cleavage out. And those teachers didn't like that. I wish they would have just said, "Don't do that," but they didn't really like that. They was old-fashioned prejudice. They didn't want to see that. They really didn't. They didn't tell me that, but they didn't want to see that. And then I pledged and all this other stuff. So I tried to have the normal life as possible. But I wish they would have just told me, "I just don't want to," just kind of cover up some. That would have been real nice. But see, I'm somebody else's child. Maybe they feel like I know better, but I really didn't. I really was just doing me. I really was actually being a kid. What I'm saying, a kid that was just being a kid. I was just finally being a kid. I never had a chance to be a kid. What I'm saying, my childhood was taken away from me. I didn't know that at the time, but I was really just being a kid. That's something that I should have been doing at the house, not always, in the country with the old folks. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm glad I did, but I should have been having girlfriends, going out, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me just get to this story. Let me just move faster. So anyway, so what ended up happening was so after I try to continue, I try to go to school, and I go to school for a couple years and all this other stuff. Then I get off into I get off into uh I leave college and I get off into banking. So I did 10 years of banking. Then I was trying to help my friend girls with their kids, and so I was trying to help them. And I was pregnant when I was young, and my mother had me to get an abortion, and she told me that and I get angry. I know I get angry on a lot of stuff. Believe me, I get angry. I get angry today. So it's not about woulda, coulda, shoulda, but I get angry about it. She told me that I wasn't gonna stay there. That I was gonna that when my baby was born, I gotta leave. And that was when I seen abortion on TV, and I goes and have this abortion. And then you puts me out anyway. So what was the point of having an abortion if you're gonna put me out anyway? But anyway, the long story short, I was just, it's just really sad. A lot of things just really sad, but it happens. That's why it takes a father and a mother or somebody that those people that held it down. They was down south, south of Dallas. They weren't there. And then when you got a little change, you could do some strange things with a little change. They're not going to say anything. You could give people money and they will shut up. It don't make a difference what a child could be in desperate need. If that child look okay and that child wearing nice clothes, baby, you doing good. You doing better than the other people. The stuff that she was doing back then, her butt would have been locked up today. I can honestly tell you that. She would have been locked up today. She wouldn't have made it out the gate good. She would have been locked up for all that stuff she was doing. Okay? So, long story short, so as I get older, she still don't want me around. I'm still hanging around. I'm hanging outside. I'm waiting for her to come out. I have a best friend down the street now, that I've been knowing ever since kindergarten. So, everybody on the street, everybody been there since the 60s. So therefore, what I'm saying, everybody know each other. You know what I'm saying? Or know of each other, or they went to school with our brother, our siblings, or what I'm saying, everybody stable in the community. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, at least I know on my street. Okay. But yeah, but people kind of stable in the community. They've been there since the 60s. Okay. And so anyway, so I would wait on her to leave, and I would come outside. But when I come outside, I wait for her to come outside, and I would go down the street, and I would stop and talk to her, because I really loved her. I love my mother. Okay, first of all, I want you to know that I love my mother. I didn't understand what was going on with mother. I didn't understand it because I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be a sick child coming up, and I had asthma really bad, and my dad used to beat mom, and mom went into labor with me, and I had a sister that I was named after, and my sister died, so I didn't have any pictures of me, and because my mother thought I was gonna die. And she shoulda got some help then, 'cause she named me after my dead sister for one, and I was sick the same amount of time as my sister was sick, so that's probably was the bonding period that was lost there, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of people in the Black community coming up, and Black people are getting smart, or, Indians, 'cause I say I'm mostly Cherokee Indian, but a lot of people of color, they're getting smart now. They know that they need some type of counseling. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's spiritual counseling, they are aware that they need some type of counseling. Okay? Because when you go through all that, and I'm not crazy. I know that grandma, she shined with me and she did a good job. Okay. But mama didn't get all that from just out the blue. Okay, so I'm not trying to point no fingers of a lot of stuff, but I'm just trying to tell a story. So I just know she did good with me, but mama didn't get that way just for nothing. So I can't trash mom and not look at grandma, but she did do right by me. Okay, so anyway, long story short. So anyway, so what ended up happening was so I try to go to school, I come back, and then I'm trying to, I'm not understanding like why this woman do not want me around. Like, what did I do? I had to leave the house because she was gonna kill me, right? why why she don't want me around? So time passed and everything, and I started trying to, trying to do what I need to do to take care of myself because I didn't have my trials and tribulations outside and everything, and and I'm trying to stay safe as a female and take care of myself, and I'm trying to help uh the classmates I know with their kids because they didn't know this, but all our kids would have been the same age. Maybe they just thought that I was being nice, or maybe they just thought that I'm gullible, or maybe they just thought that I was weak, or maybe they just thought that I need some type of family. I don't know what they thought, but I'm telling y'all, that's what it was. Okay, because our kids would have been the same age and I couldn't keep mine and they was able to keep theirs. So I felt like at least I could try to give back and do something. So that's pretty much what I end up doing, spending a lot of my money giving back to uh 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 mostly young girls that had problems, and helping the elders in the community and stuff like that. And then my aunt ran helped run a nursing home down there, down south, in Louisiana. So I was around the elders. So anyway, that was my way of giving back. They probably thought that I was weak. Hell no, I wasn't weak. Okay. I was just trying to give back for what I have done. Okay. So long story short, so let me see. So as I get older, uh and they in this clique, and then everybody running together and they partying and they all hanging together and they hanging tight. And I noticed she's talking to everybody and telling everybody not to be with me and not to be around me, or all kind of stuff, calling me, all kind of names and stuff. And this none of it is true. I mean, it's just not true. When nothing true. And 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 everything. And long story short, let me see what happened. When I got 28, I believe, I ended up being 28 years old, and I end up being around an associate of theirs, and she told me. I mean, I was with my cousin, the one that she was really, crazy about, and that was her nephew. And he was really being with me, getting to know me, and I was nothing like, all the stories and stuff. And long story short, you know, I just asked, like, what's going on? Because I don't know what's going on. She told me that my mother was I'm gonna tell you just like what she told me. She said my mother was a butch, and that she on drugs. She told me she was on drugs. And I'm just like, I'm not understanding. I'm really not understanding because I'm thinking that the drugs that let me tell you, I just found this out just like a couple months ago. It don't make a difference from cocaine to crack cocaine or nothing. It don't make a difference. It's all the same. I guess you snort it, and then after a while you're gonna whatever, smoke it off the pipe or whatever. But long story short, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I don't know why I would be so hurt to her that she actually smoked it. I mean, what difference does it make? She was doing it. So it really don't make a difference. But I think if I would have known, I really believe y'all, I don't think I would have stayed fast like I did. I would have known that that was much bigger than me. I couldn't have. because I started seeing the way it was affecting everybody else. I seen her looking like that, but I actually just thought that it was stress and just partying and stuff. But I didn't know. I don't know. That's just I don't know. I'm just telling you, you know. But anyway, long story short, moving forward, she tells me, and that's when I just I now I know, you know. So within a couple of years, not even two, I end up having memory problems. I told this lady um, that this guy had twisted my arm, which he did because I was talking to a policeman, and I used to like policemen. I mean, I used to like a guy and just outside, just passing, not to marry or nothing, you know, just to look at him. I just like a hard working man, you know. They out there working. I used to like construction. You know, a lot of black people used to do construction work back then. You know, I'm working, you know, in the office, you know, and I just like to see something when I'm passing by. Okay, passing by the street. So what you gonna see? A working man outside. So I'm looking. Okay. So I don't care. I'm just gonna look. A man is a man, and I'm gonna look. I'm not taking him home, but I'm damn sure gonna look. Okay. So anyway, I met this man and everything. He was a policeman, and this guy, I met him. He wasn't my type, but he seemed friendly. Long story short, he had twisted my arm because I was talking to the police. I didn't know nothing about no police brutality on people and all that other stuff and everything. I didn't know nothing about all that. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, the stuff that I'm going through now, that I'm going to tell you about, did not go on back then. That didn't go on in our neighborhood. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It didn't go on in our neighborhood. Okay, didn't go on in our neighborhood because I went to white schools. It didn't go on because we're next to the billionaires. It wasn't going on. They didn't mess with us. We didn't mess with them, and we were all blended in together as the houses went from the huge mansions to over to the mid-sized houses. So you know what I'm saying. Now let me tell you something. We live in a little bitty house. Okay, so at the end of the day, uh, majority of the people that's from the north side, they're like, and I just found this out. They're like people that either work for the wealthy or they're business owners or they just got some money because they got a good job. Because you got to have money. Mostly that's a land of opportunity for people because it's not a bad neighborhood and you don't have to worry about nothing happening to your kids. And that was good. That was good. That was good. That was good for us because we didn't see that. We had a chance to develop. We had a chance to grow. We wasn't told that we were black. Okay. And there's several different schools out there too. Okay. So I went to the predominantly white school. And the reason why I say that because it makes a difference. Okay, it makes a difference. Because if you're going to a predominantly white school and you got another person that you're gonna meet up with later on in life in high school, and they know that you went to the white school or they already feel some type of way about you, it makes a difference. You may not think it make a difference, but I found out it does make a difference. And people hold grudges because they're gonna consider you in a certain category, even if you go two streets back. So I'm gonna tell you what happened in my hood. Okay. So anyway, so long story short, and you would think that we would be too old for this, but no, you better be careful what block you be on. Okay, because people will be friendly with you and act like they cool with you, and you know you think you're older. I mean, you're older and you've been out of school forever, and you just don't see no beef. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you ain't did nothing. And think about it, our brothers and stuff only had one older brother, but our brothers, they didn't have no problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it because it was a competition thing in sports or whatever, but it's just something happened. You know, I don't know. It's just something happened. You know, back then, you know, really people of color stuck together. You know, say they really stuck together back then in the 70s. You know, something happened in the 80s. People started losing their way. You know, I don't know. Okay, they started losing their way. They really did. Where I'm from, anyway. So anyway, so what ended up happening was, So I finds this out. So I end up going to counseling. So I go to counseling. I don't like counselors. Okay, this is what I tell her because I said I don't like counselors. You know, the guy, okay, this is what happened. I skipped over this part. So I told the lady that the guy twisted my arm. Now, I live in a townhome by myself. All the places I live in, I'm by myself. Okay. Before I had anything, I'm outside, okay, trying to work to get somewhere to stay. So yeah, I'm an independent chick. I got to work, okay, because I'm not gonna screw you, okay? I'm not, because you're not gonna give me nothing. Okay, and I'm not gonna try to get nothing from you. I'm gonna major in working. I'm not gonna major in laying on my back. I made that decision up a long time ago. I'm not gonna be a whore. Okay. I'm not gonna be nothing close to a whore. I'm gonna get me somewhere to stay because I didn't live with people that tried to attack me through the night. I'm gonna get somewhere to stay so I can have somewhere to lay my head at nighttime. Okay. So I saved for what my house that I have now. I saved. Okay. That's why I'm telling you this story. I saved. Okay. I was thrown out when I wasn't supposed to have been thrown out, when I should have been in my baby bed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I've been out there. I work for what I have. And didn't nobody give it to me. Didn't nobody help me but the Lord. So anyway, long story short, so I turns around and where am I at? So I start going to counseling because when the guy twists my arm, the I told the lady, and I normally don't talk. I told the lady, and the lady talked to me the next day. She asked me about it, and I didn't really say nothing. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember telling this lady that. I couldn't remember. And I know I told her because she wouldn't have known it. She said, "You don't remember telling me." I did not tell her that I didn't remember, but I did tell her. I know I did. And she said, "Why don't you go and talk to somebody?" So anyway, long story short, I tells the policeman and he turns around and gives me the number to a lady. So I goes there and I talks to the lady. And the lady asked me, "Tell me about your childhood." I couldn't tell her about my childhood. Nobody never asked me about my childhood. I couldn't tell her. And I had already told her that I don't like counselors, I don't like quacks, I don't like none of that. Okay. But then she okay, she smiled and then she asked me about my childhood. And that really honestly, I almost passed out. I couldn't remember my childhood. Nobody never asked. They never asked. You know what? I can just tell you along the way, only thing they was doing was getting me to help them. And I was living. That's all it was. Me do for them. Me help them with their kids. Nobody never asked, "How are you doing? You okay?" You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not with mom. Mom over there with her friends. Well, let me tell you something. The house ended up being a house for the flop house for the government. That's what it ended up being. Over there by their prestigious college, over there, that's where the house ended up being. SMU. That's the college. That's the college right there on the map in Highland Park, SMU. That's where some of these people graduated from. SMU College. Mostly white. Okay, you got to have a lot of money to go there. So that's that. So that's where my college fund went to. You know what I'm saying? Partying with the people that was actually getting their education. And I bet you this, I bet their kids got their education. When they end up having kids, I bet you their kids got their education. I bet you their kids has never seen days like I've seen. And I bet you one thing, I bet you what I'm going through now, their kids will never go through what I'm going through. I can bet you that now. That I can tell you. Okay. So anyway, long story short, uh I go to counseling. I go to counseling for like 20 years. Almost 20 years. That's a long damn time to be going to counseling. Okay. I stopped by 2 times, but I'm in counseling. Okay. I'm going. This lady is actually like, she don't have any kids. So it seems like she's a good person over a period of time. It seems like, like she's kind of like a mother figure in a way. And that's bad. Don't no counselor be no mother figure. That's a no-no. But you don't know that when someone start giving you time. You know, what I should have been with a lot of other people. Okay. That's too much one-on-one counseling because they stopped me from seeing her twice. Okay. So that was a no-no. That was a no-no. Don't never go to the same counselor. Don't nothing take that long. Long story short, when I saw her, I got dizzy because I couldn't remember. She said, I fell back on the couch and she said, you all right? I said, yeah, I'm all right. You know, get back, get back. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You know, on the streets, you don't show no you know, you don't show no softness on the street. You don't say you're hungry, you don't show no softness. Even though I'm not on the streets no more, but you don't show no softness. You don't close your eyes, you don't show no softness. You don't do none of that stuff on the streets. You don't do that. You couldn't do that back then. Okay. Now today, people don't have a chance. People today, when they homeless, these women today, they don't have a chance. Y'all, you don't have a chance. This world is corrupt now. These people, they he bet long time ago, at least you get some one or two people give you some good advice. Today's day, you know, they may have organizations and stuff like that, but it's really bad, you know, today with the drugs that came in, you know, females, that's why so many females getting killed and all kind of stuff. You don't have a chance today. That's why mothers are putting the kids in the oven and I, you know, I'm just glad I made it, to be honest, to be where I'm at today, you know. And so at the end of the day, I think about all that. But anyway, long story short, so I go to counseling and time passes and after a couple years of counseling, I'm on medication because she sent me to this place to get on medication, and I'm taking my meds. I only take meds at nighttime because I'm in the finance field. Okay, so I started being in auto finance. So I went from banking to auto finance. So I'm in auto finance and I'm doing rather well. And I'm, you know, I get my house and everything, and you know, I got my cars and everything like that. And so I'm doing good, you know, and I'm giving back to the kids and really, you know, helping them and letting them experience some of the things that I experienced because my mother had a little money, and then I'm letting them experience love and you know trying to help them and stuff. So so this would end up happening. Now, when I get out of college, I go and I try to get a job. I didn't finish school, of course. I go and I try to get a job where this guy work at. The guy that she was that didn't marry her, but he was still seeing her. She was still seeing him. They were still seeing each other though. So I guess she ended up going from the main chick to the side chick or whatever. So they were still, you know, kicking it. So I go there and I don't think he would have hired me anyway. You know, I was typing like 70 words a minute, 80 or whatever. And I for a minute I thought I could be a secretary. No, I can't be no secretary. My English is not that good. I cannot be no secretary. Okay. You don't know. I can do other things, but I cannot be no secretary. I can probably, you know, I can solve problems. I can do other things, but secretary, no, I'm not. Okay. So, he wasn't gonna hire me anyway. But he gave me a card. But I never looked at the card. I never paid attention to nothing. So then I remember her talk about some few people. They were in the house. I was on the outside, but I'm not really trying to do no research on these who these people are and all this other stuff. I'm not trying to get off into all that. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna move this along really, really fast. And I just had to give you the foundation. Now we finna get to the gusto of what happened here. Okay. So when I moved into the house, I'm heavily off into church. So I turn around and I know this guy and I I know of this guy and I give it and I go over to his house because this lady that I met on the job, she was kind of, you know, she was kind of ratchet, but we had the same name though. So she was kind of ratchet and she told me she was ratchet. Okay. If you tell me you're ratchet, you're ratchet. Okay. So long story short, I was giving her a ride, you know, to the doctor and all this other stuff. She was saying this is the best she has ever lived, having a job and all this other stuff. So she really wanted to go over to these people's house, you know. So she was going over there, and her and this guy's brother was, smoking primos, all this other stuff. I didn't have any business over there because that wasn't even my character. I was actually going to church. I didn't have any business over there whatsoever. None, none, none. And this guy, he wasn't living right. I mean, they didn't have any hot water. And by this time, I had moved in with my father because I was getting ready to get, well, number one, my father asked me to move in with him. And I had never stayed with my father. Really, he was just after my damn money. So really, he was. He wanted somebody to pay them damn bills. So, but long story short, and that's sad to say, but it's the truth. So, but I didn't know that at the time. I wanted to be around a father figure. Because I never, you know, was around him you know, like I should have been. So when he told me that stuff and everything, and I fell for it. And then I was waiting on to get my house anyway. I don't know. I didn't have any guidance or anything like that. I didn't know nothing. What I'm saying? I was trial by error. Sometimes I have a whole lot of errors and I'm still trialing. So I didn't have any structure. I didn't have no mother, no father. I mean, I didn't have no one there. And I was a nice looking woman and I didn't have nobody there. What I'm saying? I'm trying to pave my way, to the best of my ability. What I'm saying? It's seriously, you know, and no one's there. And so long story short, the guy that I actually got pregnant by, he was actually the best thing that could have happened to me, to be honest, because because I was getting ready to go astray and I ended up getting a boyfriend. It was good because I actually dated him all the way through school. So that was good. And I actually finished school early, but I still walked with my class. But he held it down. He was respectful, he was mannerable. And even if I would have had the child, me and him still would have been together today. My mother broke that relationship up, you know, and I can look back now, that would have been the guy for me to marry. It was just no reason why I shouldn't have been with him. He did nothing wrong. And yeah, I got pregnant, but the point of it is I found out that I was being molested in the house that I had blocked out. I didn't know that then. So if he wouldn't have came, then I still would have been molested. For real though. I still would have been molested. And I didn't even know. And the reason why you probably say this is long as hell. What the hell this got to do with politics? It has everything to do with politics because I'm giving you the foundation. So when I was telling you that I was going to Louisiana and that was my time out, it really was because I did not know that I was being molested. I was really, that was my time out. Because I actually grew up like that. And I did not know that. And I had blocked it out. I swear to God, I had blocked all that out. No, other people didn't care. Them people, kids and all that stuff, they ain't never seen me with my mama. They didn't care. As long as I was taking care of theirs. And you know what? And it's sad to say, not one of them here today. They don't have to. Those kids were not my kids. Okay, you can't make somebody. You can't put something and make something or want something to happen with somebody else's kids. Okay? I don't care what you do for them. And that goes for the stepdaddies and all this other stuff, stepmamas. That's somebody else's child. Okay? And did some of them play me? They did. They played me just like I was they nigga. I'm not gay. That's another thing. I did tell you my mother was a witch. My mother was a lipstick uh, a woman. They used to have a lipstick. Now ladies today go both ways and they're very pretty. My mother was an attractive woman. Okay. So that lady said that she was a butch. So she's just saying that she's an aggressor and my mother's aggressor. You know what I'm saying? So she don't want anyone that's aggressive because she's aggressive. But that I'm just telling you the words that she used at the time. Okay. Now that's something I had to learn as I got older. So I can turn around and tell you, but that's what she said. Okay. So anyway, long story short. So anyway, so this is what happened. So I end up going to counseling, and then I end up memorizing, you know, my childhood. Would I have been hanging around and all that stuff outside and waiting on her? No, I probably wouldn't have done all that. Am I glad that I did that? Yes, I am glad I did that today. So I can tell you this story. Because at the end of the day, they didn't want me there. They didn't want my mama to have nothing to do with their daughter because they knew that I wasn't going to go along with the shenanigans that they were doing and that they had my mother doing. So that's why I'm glad. And yes, I have been beat down. They have beat me down. They beat me down because I lived. They have tried to kill me so many times. And that is our government. And that's why I put this unpolitical. Okay? Because yes, they have. What's done in the dark then came to the light. And yes, I look tired as hell, and I have never looked like this. That's how long this has been going on. These people is outrageous down here in Texas. Okay? And so this is what happened. So let's just move forward. So I move in the house and I allowed the guy brother to move in because he didn't have any water. They didn't have any hot water. So I let him move in. Now, I already know that God had already told me don't be at that house because God told me that it was a lot of gays at that house. He did. I walked past that house one day and I said, "Oh, it was just a house that I knew that, I knew not to, I really knew that. But look at the company that I had kept. You see, because I always didn't want to pass judgment on people. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. If I had to do it all over again, I would tell whoever listening that's trying to live a productive life, don't be with them people. If you're not like them, don't be with them. Sometimes you don't want to put yourself on a high pedestal of them or judge people. You have to, because if you don't, you're gonna end up being you, you don't want to be nowhere close to where I've been, and you don't want to be with people that you can fall down. And when you fall down, then you could be closer to their level. So that's just about the best way I can put that. So no, no. If you're not like them, don't be with them. If they like to whore around and you don't be with them. If you dealing with somebody that got a lifestyle that you don't believe in, know when to cut it off. And please don't bring nobody to your house. Your house is your safe haven, okay? And don't bring nobody to your house. Because sometimes you can feel like giving back, you doing the Lord's work, but at the same token, somebody in your house may not believe in the Lord. They may speak that language, but they don't believe in the Lord. They'll tell you anything if they can get somewhere to stay. I mean, and let me tell you this too. A lot of y'all younger people are a lot smarter than a lot of older people. Y'all are smart as hell. Okay, let me tell you something. I wish I would have had a child. Y'all young folks are a lot smarter than older people because we're still gullible. We're still like off in the olden days. Y'all young folks can see that bullshit a mile away. Y'all can see straight through. Y'all can see a scam. All that stuff wasn't going on back then. So I still had the same mindset of trusting because back then you used to could trust people. You know what I'm saying? They used to do the handshake, so you know damn well times and change because you could sign a contract and they don't even honor the contract because you still got to have a lawyer, and then you can have a lawyer and they can be a no good ass lawyer. So at the end of the day, don't nothing matters no more. Everything goes. So, but at the end of the day, I got to give y'all kudos to y'all young people. Y'all very smart. Okay, included the men and the women. So kudos to all colors. Okay. So anyway, long story short, uh, so what happened was, where I was. So I end up letting him come over here and stay. Now he didn't have no key, and he wasn't sleeping in no bed, and he was sleeping on the floor. So And I'm working like, like 12 hours a day, every day. And then sometime I get a day off and I'm just like working and I would pick him up so he would come here and then he would be here. And then, then when I leave, I'll drop him off. He ate food and and everything. But let me tell you something. I think that if somebody would have been around, they would have said he's a moocher. Okay, he is mooching off of you. But I was making money and everything, so it wasn't a problem. And then I had a house, so it was kind of like he would leave on the weekend to do his thing. But I knew he was doing his thing on the weekend because I knew that he liked men, he liked women, and I'm cleaning, like I'm being productive. He's not being productive, okay, but I'm being productive, okay. So he just found someone to use, and probably a lot of them found, at the end of the day, they use my mama, they use me, you know what I'm saying. So people will use you. You just have to be smart. This is a be smart video too, okay. So don't look like me. Don't get burnt out like me. Don't let nobody treat you like they treated me. Just be smart, okay? So long story short, and if you don't have a good family, find someone that care if you can. And if you can't find nobody, just be with the Lord and just ask God to pray and put you with a good family. And family don't have to be blood anymore. It's the people that care about you. Okay. Because if I can do it all over, I would erase it and do it all over. Okay. So I actually divorced my family. So I had to, let me tell you something. They but wouldn't have been around as long as they did because I seen them use mama. Okay. So I tolerated them because my mama. Other than that, they ass would have been out the door. Cause I don't see nothing that they did for her. I just seen them begging and want to take my place. So they never was gonna put no forth, no effort in trying to get me and my mother as to be together as mother and daughter. They was more gonna keep us separated so they can be me. That's what they was gonna do. They was gonna be me. Okay. Anything that I could have got, they was gonna make sure they got it. Okay. So nah. Mm-mm. So anyway, long story short, um, and that's sad too. You know what I'm saying? Because they kept us apart. And that's why this is really going on today when I'm talking to a damn video and talking to y'all. Okay, so this is crazy because I'm trying to speed this up because this I bet you said please this video long as hell. So anyway, so this is what happened. So the guy started I'm gonna call the police. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you I moved to a house. I leave dad's house and dad started tripping. So I speed up the process on me getting my house. Because I'm actually like waiting for these people in this program. I didn't have to be in the program. I had excellent credit. Matter of fact, the program was a fraud anyway. They trying to straighten it out now, but they was frauding at the beginning. The beginning was when I was with them. They frauding. I didn't have to be with them. I had excellent credit and I had money. And I'm making good money. So I didn't need the program at all. But did I know that? No, I did not know that. I just had a little banking and I just got off into the finance field. I didn't know, I didn't have any guidance. That's what I'm telling you. I made the mistakes. So I get into a program that's not even legit yet and that I didn't even need. So the realtor is showing me houses where I don't know nothing about. I'm a north side chick. So they showed me a house that's 20 minutes south. So I moved in my house, okay? And I moved in this house, and some strange reason, when I leave, I can feel the it's something was in the air. It's just something was in the air about the neighborhood. I went to one store, and that store was end up closing down. And come to find out, they said they was getting robbed over there. But I can feel something in the air wasn't right. And I'm not trying to be funny. It kind of it kind of gave me a taste of like Louisiana. Now, if you're around predominantly white and if you're around predominantly white and you come back 20 minutes and you got a nice house, and the house I got now would have been like double the amount over there, but I'm single. At least I was smart enough, to, well, because the reason why I'm going to say this, everywhere I went, that guy was there. Everywhere I looked at a house, he was there. He was there. I know one day he called a cab. That should have been a red flag there, right there. But the point of it is, I saw that and I was like, man, he everywhere. So, you know what I'm saying? He catching a cab. He doing all this, ain't got no money, ain't put nothing, and we ain't even like that. But I'm not thinking that this guy's going to give me some problems later. He's going to give me some problems because he know I got a good job and he's going to give me some problems and I'm not thinking of nothing. And then, he's doing his thing. He like boys. He like, whatever girls. He's not studying me. And we're together inside the house, but we're not together. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I got a house and I'm living somewhere that he know where I'm living. I don't know where the hell I'm living. Now, if I would have known a certain neighborhood was close by, I would have known not to move over. And I'm gonna tell you that South Dallas. Now, if I would have known, and no harm to the people that's from South Dallas, but if I'm from, if I'm over there from the north side, over there by SMU, you wouldn't move over to South Dallas this way either. You would turn around and say, "Oh no, baby, you need to move somewhere else because you have some problems. Number one, you green, you finna get taken to the cleaners." Okay, and that's exactly what I have been taken to the cleaners. So anyway, long story short, I started calling. I called the police on the guy, and the police came, and I'm seeing that the police is acting weird, but I'm not catching on. So the police is really, as time passed, the police started being no. As time passed, I'm calling the police, but I'm noticing this guy's like coming over anytime, walking in, being disrespectful in my house. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't paying nothing. I mean, it ain't about him. It ain't about him paying nothing. I don't need him to pay nothing. He ain't doing nothing. It's my house, right? He's being disrespectful. And I'm thinking that it's these meds had me so laid back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking because this guy don't know nothing about me coming from the streets. He don't nothing about no hard times I done been through. He don't even know why I'm even going to counseling. He don't know nothing about me really. He just met somebody that he's turning around and mooching and trying to gain control over somebody else's shit. Okay? That's really what it was. But he found somebody nice that was going to church, quiet, and just felt like, like he need to jump in on what I work for. That's really what it was. And what the police was doing, the police was sitting up Pearl. They was being a little disrespectful, but they weren't going to solve an issue because they was being disrespectful, knowing that the guy was going to continue doing what he was doing because over the way they was treating the situation. So that's what they was doing. And what they was doing, they was allowing a problem to occur. Okay, so they can keep coming back. But the more they came back, the more that they was grooming. Like, well, put it like this: they were being disrespectful, but they was doing it in a. I say grooming, and the reason why I use the word grooming is because a person can treat you a certain kind of way, and you'll get accustomed to the way you won't get accustomed, but you accept their custom that this is the way it is, but that's not the way it is. Okay, that's not the way it is. But that's the way they wanted me to feel that that's the way it is. Maybe that's the way it is over here. Okay? But that's not the way it is where I come from. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, long story short, it escalates over here. It gets really bad. The police is being really disrespectful. One person ended up saying he know what was going on. I wish I would have asked him, why don't you tell me? But I didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have asked that man that. Because you know what? I didn't know what the hell was going on. I knew that I was going to counseling and my mind was my memory was coming back and I was memorizing all this stuff that had happened to me and I got this and I'm going through this stuff with the police and I'm not taking it serious. I'm really not. I'm not taking it serious because I can't deal with it really. I don't know how to deal with it because I'm not accustomed to the police being like this. So I'm not really dealing with it. But I'm not dealing with that. I'm getting ready to have a situation that's getting ready to get out of control over her. Okay. So this is what happened. So the police started being disrespectful. And uh but no, but let me tell you this though. The police would come. Okay, so I leaves him alone. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Now listen to what I'm gonna tell you this. Because this is get this what I'm gonna tell you. So so me and the guy, okay, this is what the guy did. The guy, the police is called, the police comes, they not doing nothing. Okay, check it. This thing moved on me. Okay, let me move over some. So the police comes. So I go over to my cousin's house because think about it. I don't really mess with my cousin. I don't really mess with really anybody. Now my guy cousin was cool, but this cousin I went over. This cousin want to be me. Okay, she hangs with my mom. She wants to be me. I goes over there and I sees this guy. Okay, and I meets this guy. And so I get this guy my my number. Okay, that's something that I hadn't done. I hadn't done that in a long time. I mean, we talking about like years. Okay. So I get this guy my number. So so I get this guy my number, and then my cousin come home. And then by 3 days before I meet this my 3 days before my cousin come home, because think about it, I'm older now, and I'm a little cousin. So my cousin come home. So this guy, uh, I see him over my cousin's house, the girl cousin. So I meets this guy, and my cousin is talking to his brother. So I'm thinking that it's okay. That you know what I'm saying, that we just chit chat and it's okay. Because my cousin is talking to his brother. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that if he's a killer, surely she'll tell me, right? So if anything go wrong, right? Surely so, right? So anyway, so I meet this guy, and he's a younger breed. He's a younger guy. You know, he's from Chicago. So I don't know nothing about Chicago. And you know good and well, everybody know about Chicago now, but this is like years ago, right? 16 years ago. So I meet this guy, and anyway, we start talking, and I get involved with him, younger guy. So anyway, so this guy get involved with. So then he asked me about what's going on with my family. You know, he kind of gets it out of me what's going on with my brother. You know, because he didn't understand what brother is trying to get, you know, his you know, my brother was trying to get him to talk to someone else. And he don't understand that. You know, that's not cool. I wouldn't understand that shit either. Why would you try to get your sister friend to talk to somebody else? What kind of shit is that, right? So then I said, don't pay no attention to him. And he said, what? What's going on? I said, nothing, nothing. Shit, I wrecked my damn vet talking to him, trying to get out the damn gate. You know, this guy's like asking me all these questions and shit, and I never told nobody what happened, you know. And he just got it out of me. He just pounded me. Give me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Man, when I told that guy that, I just got in the worst of trouble. When I told that guy that shit about me being molested, I got in the worst of trouble when I said that shit there. You know, you just got to be ready. You know, you just can't be telling people just anything. You know, I know I'm on this thing talking, but you got to be ready. You got, and I'm not even saying I'm ready for what I'm telling y'all. You got to be ready for that. So, anyway, let me tell you this. So, this is the deal. So, what happened was the guy and the other guy gets into it at my house. Now, you got a guy that ain't did nothing, that really like boys, that ain't did nothing. And we just really just cordial. And you got a guy that I'm actually involved with, you know, that's a youngster. And he actually, you know what I'm saying? We actually have a relationship. Just a friendship. Really, I should have never brought none of them niggas to my house. To be honest, okay. So, but long story short, so he just don't have no grounds, Just he just really didn't have no grounds. But long story short, when I told him that situation, things just got worse. It just got worse. And by that time, this guy started having some difficulties with his family, and they had things going on. You always can think that your family is like the worst. I did not know nothing about Chicago people. He had some problems. If I would have known what his problems was, I would have never I would have never got involved with I never would have got involved with his family or even brought him to my house. Oh no, that's a different breed. No, no, not So his mother did one or two things. I couldn't. I know I would have never thought that. I wouldn't have done that. I would have never brought him. I just thought that my situation I can walk away from because I take care of myself. And now that I know how my mother is, but I would have never brought that to my house. No, not all that confusion. I wouldn't have brought that. I had already been through that. That was enough. You know what I'm saying? It was time for me to have a nice life. I wouldn't have never brought that home. You know. If that's the case, I would have met him out in the street and played in the street. I wouldn't have brought that to my house. You know. But anyway, so what ended up happening was the situation got out of hand because the guy started really bugging, and his family saw me as a trick. And I'm a trick, I am not. Okay. So long story short, I stopped talking to him, and his family just, I guess he just wilded out. His family did some stuff, and he's gonna take it out on the female, you know. He's gonna take it out on the female, and it was gonna be me. Long story short, the situation I'm not gonna go into detail, but because this situation is gonna get deep, what I'm saying. So what ended up happening, the guy started wilding out, and he started wilding out for a while, and I just quit messing with him. And the police, when I called the police and I really needed the police and it wasn't nothing stupid, this is what the first guy said. The first guy told the police that I was bipolar. I didn't know nothing about no bipolar because I've always been quiet and I've always helped people and worked all the time. I don't know nothing about bipolar. I couldn't have been bipolar if the police was tripping out with me and I wasn't saying nothing. That doesn't sound like bipolar to me. And what it was they actually was coming in my house and they actually seen a female running a house and having cars and in a house by herself. That's what they seen, and me working, and being an independent chick. It has nothing to do with me being bipolar because I never talked to anybody really. You know what I'm saying? I only had like two friends, that was really close, and both of them are deceased. So at the end of the day, the I never been a talker and I never been bipolar and nobody never don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I always been just a quiet person that took care of myself. And the reason why I told you the background with the long story, I was just molested and came from a troubled background, dealing with my mom, bipolar and all that other stuff. No, and none of my brothers are jailbirds or nothing like that, or it's nothing like that. We we can't be that bad if the government is in the house, using the house as a flop house. So that's the reason why I had to tell you that. Okay, I wish this thing could go over. I don't know how to get this shit going. I'm just cussing. I just started cussing, really. I'm serious. I should have been cussing a long time ago because they think I'm a fool. But anyway, I gotta talk sideways because I don't know nothing about all that. So anyway, that's the reason why I had to tell you this. I had to tell you the foundation what the problem was when I got on medication. I had to tell you this. So by this time, um, so things get out of hand, and the police is already being inappropriate. And I'm not having nobody to talk to because my best friend actually died uh not even a month after me meeting this guy. So I don't have nobody to talk to. Whatever goes on, I don't have nobody because my other best friend had already passed prior, which I called him my brother. So I don't have anybody. And then the elders is down, in Louisiana. And then the the people that was my mentors out here, they have passed on because think about it, it's all elders. So the only thing I ever done was just really, like cater to the kids and help the elders, you know, around with their parents because really the classmates or whatever wasn't doing it or they were in jail or whatever the situation was. And I was just there for everybody else. But other than that, I never talked my business and I never told anybody about my problem. And the majority of people never see me with my mom. They don't even know who my mom is. And I'm from, we're all from the same neighborhood. Nobody really seen me with my mom, never. And I mean never. So really, while I was helping them, they should have been saying, where your mother at? But they weren't saying that. Because long as they were getting what they were getting, I guess they didn't care. And as long as my mother was doing for them, they didn't give a damn. So really, we just two different people going in two different directions. But our paths did cross because I'm going to tell you what happened. So what ended up happening was police started being inappropriate. They started being inappropriate with me. They actually started like mistreating me and coming by being disrespectful. They just started doing a lot of stuff, inappropriate stuff. It went south. It went south. You do not have to go to prison to be in jail. It actually went south. And then that counselor lady, when I needed her help, she was not there. It is nothing like your mother, a real mother that cares. Because that fake filling in stuff, and I was helping her under the table, giving her gifts and stuff, and everything, and even feeding her organization and doing stuff for her. She wasn't there when I end up needing her. Because let me tell you what happened. Well, I can't skip over that. I got to tell you what happened to the guy first. So what ended up happening is um they the guy ended up going crazy on me. You know, I can't tell you exactly what happened because the surely the police got to do the right thing. Okay. So what happened was the guy ended up tripping and it was foul play and the police end up saying that it was self-defense. Um, you know what? A lot of that stuff is not true. The police end up saying it was a self-defense case. The guy got shot and the police said it was self-defense and they did a no bail. And I know I'm speeding through this. And anybody that knows know that you better speed through with somebody that got is dead. Okay. You better speed through it. You better not go into no detail and somebody end up getting it and they can turn around and use the story in their favor. So you better skip through it. Okay. So let's just be, logical here. Okay. So anyway, they said that it was a self-defense situation. Really, honestly, I better be glad that one of the neighbors were over here at the time because what they were going to try to do is they were going to try to get rid of both of us because they knew that they had been inappropriate with me for years and they knew. Matter of fact, they had just got through stripping me naked, and the people took my jewelry like the week and a half before, which that a lot of things they were doing was already against my rights. Okay, so long story short, it was just bad. It was just a bad situation. you know. So it was bad. And the guy that was here the first time, he actually told me to call the police. He told me to call the police, and he wasn't here. He didn't care. You got some people don't care. You could talk to them. You could tell them that you're in trouble. They try to play like they're your friend. Then he just wanted to just see me suffer. I don't know why he wanted to see me suffer, and I never done nothing to him. You just got some evil people. You got some evil people. You don't owe them. You don't know them. And I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. You don't owe them and you don't know them. I just think that if I would have had, I just think that if it would have been good if I would have had some structure. You know what I'm saying? It's good if I would have had some type of structure, and I take full accountability for for whatever. I just didn't have no structure. I was just carefree. I don't mean like carefree, like do whatever. I mean just like I was just trying to help people. I would just help people. You know what I'm saying? I just help people and I end up being used. That's just the bottom line. I would help people. You used to could help people and they would show you respect. And may God I've learned a lot, but I can't take back I can't change who I am. I can just do it a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And be more cautious. That I can tell you. But I can't turn around and say, because you are who you are, and you're taught to be, that you are who you are. That's just the bottom line. You can't make people be, you know, put it like this. You can't change someone else's mindset, but just be careful uh with the people that you be with, because you just may be on two different uh um um you may not just think the same. Just put it like we're from two different fabrics. So I learned. So if you're not similar to my fabric, then I know that I don't need to get involved. Okay. So a lot of the times you have a lot of people learn the hard way, and I learned the hard way, and I'm just telling you why I learned the hard way with no structure. Okay. And even though that I was attending church, church cannot raise you. Okay. Church cannot raise you. You got to have a mother and a father to raise you. Church cannot raise you. Somebody is going to have to raise you. Believe me. You can say whatever you want to say, but you don't turn around it's a lot of people that have to learn, and they have to learn the hard way. They really honestly do. And they have to do it by trial by error, because they may not have that support system. Okay, so shoulda, coulda, and all this other stuff don't make a difference. So if you want to think about anything, just don't be like me. Okay. So anyway, what my faults. Just don't be like me. So anyway, so long story short, especially my faults. Okay. So anyway, so what happened was they did a Nobel. Let me tell you something. This is not right. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything because I called my mother for her to come. I don't know what mom on. I know I don't think she's doing drugs like the cocaine anymore, but she's on weed and she's taking pills. She ain't in her right mind. Cause at the end of the day, this is the time you need to be saying, I'm telling you what happened. You need to be saying something. She ain't doing it. She ain't doing it. She just called me like the week or two before, for about a week, like a week and a half ago. Cause the people did something to me. Okay. So she just about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, she just called me with that man on the phone. She's still talking to this man. You know what I'm saying? She's still talking to this man. And they up to something. Oh, they're up to something. Okay. Okay. So you know what I realized then? I realized you have to detox from these pills. Because this boy to end up telling these people you bipolar, and these people putting you in a category, and they trying to play you crazy. They try to play a lot of people like they got mental issues. You see, I can't have too many mental issues. I got a Corvette, GT Mustang, all this other stuff. I can't have too many, and I'm just sitting up here working in a company, and doing a very good job running it and helping them people run their company. No, you messing with me. You know this is my house. You know that my name, the only one on the deed. You know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So any kind of outlook that you can have on me, you're gonna take it and you're gonna use it. See, I'm not accustomed to this. Okay? But I'm telling you what I experienced. Really honestly, they were being jealous of me. Okay? Because at the end of the day, that independent chick, the way I named that title, them policemen don't like it. Don't you let them policemen in your house, some of them, majority of them, 80% of them, if not 85. Don't you let them in your house and you living better than them and you letting the police in your house. They gonna be looking around your house, honey. They gonna look around your house and probably some of them owe child support and mad at their baby mama. And they gonna come into your damn house and they gonna see what you got in your house. And let me tell you something. Don't you do that. Because a lot of y'all have men and y'all get into it with them and then you call the police. But you didn't learn now. Okay, I know a lot of y'all didn't learn now because y'all got the internet and y'all see what goes on. But I'm telling you, this was back then. So y'all, pretty much what I'm telling you, I'm just telling you my story because y'all know what time it is. If you don't know, you need to know now. If work it out. Okay. Don't let no police come in your house. They'll turn some police, some, not all, some police will turn your house upside down. And they'll know that it don't have to get that serious. And they'll know that income that you have. Now I'm by myself, but that income that you have, they will make sure they affect that income where you won't have that house. I can guarantee you that. They'll kill your mate if they have to. So not saying, don't get me wrong. That man did not pay my bills. Okay. I am responsible for my own house. Okay, first of all, let's get that straight. I'm just telling you about couples that go in together and get a house. They will see that house and they know that both of y'all name is probably on the deed to that house. And they can turn around and rearrange it where you can't pay for that house alone and they will rearrange your arrangements. Okay? And it don't be that serious. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because you got people that will escalate the situation. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So anyway, long story short, so the guy tells me to call because the other guy, he's really, really bugging out. I mean, he's like bugging out. His mother did some stuff to him that was really, really bad, and she got involved with a crooked cop. Okay, so I'm sitting up here like, what, So I said, no, 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 because I'm not telling him like these cops, they're like been turning on me because he was playing with the cops. That's really what he was doing. Like in our neighborhood, maybe you can do that shit. But over her, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You act like you know about the south side, but you doing that because your family just sold their house out there. Well, they ain't sold, they were still out there, but they didn't move on this side and you want to be by them. But this ain't the north side. You can't get to playing with the police over her like you doing over there. I don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But I learned that's not something you want to do. You don't want to do that. You got in some neighborhoods you could say something. In other neighborhoods, you better not. Because at the end of the day, I'm already a quiet person and they already backtracking. Okay? They backtracking. They are backtracking on me. And I'm not having nobody to talk to. So therefore, I'm actually living a certain type of way. So I'm trying to make sure I don't never call them because I know for a fact how I'm living and I know the things that they done. So anyway, so what happened was, and then mom's still messing with this guy too, right? So because that should have been a time that she should have been there. Like even though you may have some failures, but you gotta think that your mom is gonna step up to the plate. Like, this is serious. Like, this is serious. No, she didn't. She didn't step up to the plate. I ended up taking a self-defense case. I didn't go to court or nothing, but I didn't tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? She didn't. That was the time for me to tell the truth. It was people that saw. It was time for me to tell the truth. So the only thing I can do now is detox off these damn meds because these people gonna try to play me crazy. And that's what they're gonna use against me. They're gonna try to use the crazy role because they already done disrespected me. Let me tell you what ended up happening. So I turn around and get into the financial situation through all this. I pay my way out the financial situation. Soon as I pay my way out the financial situation, mom dies the next month. The next month, mama dies. Mama done hit the damn jackpot and then died at the damn casino. There, come on now. So now, I'm not, then that's when the games begin. Now, I already told my cousin about the situation and she done went and told everybody. You know what I'm saying? The one who house I was over that day. So now she done went and told everybody. So it's time for my brother to teach me a lesson. So he takes my inheritance. But then I got the stress of trying to bury mama. Now mama had more than enough money to bury her. Okay. They don't even want to do that. Everything was already paid for. They don't even want to bury mama. See, that's what happens when you put favoritism into kids. Okay. So now, but I want to tell you this though too. It was the strangest thing. First, I want to let y'all hear this. The day that my mama died, I called her on the phone and I told her that now this is before she went to the casino. I called her on the phone and I told her that I was getting ready to open up a business, a tax business. And that was the best conversation that she had with me. She told me I can be anything that I want to be. That when I come into a room, I light up a room. You know what I'm saying? And she just told me so much stuff. I even had to look at the phone. That was the last day I talked to my mama. I didn't know that then. And I didn't know what was going on until later. Mama had died just a couple of hours later. She died a couple of hours later, right after she talked to me. She won and had a stroke at the casino. So anyway, my brother them started playing games. My younger brother, he has a lot of pride. My older brother, he didn't have that much pride. You know, he's a humble person. You know, that's the one that was abused. And he's a humble person. He's kind of like a follower. And long story short, the young one hadn't talked to the older one in about almost a year and a half. And the older one was just at my house. Now he's a little creepy, but because he did leave when I was 11 going on 12, and he came back when I was about 23. But he's a little creepy, you know. And they did get him on drugs. The city officials did get him on drugs. Mama did give him drugs, and he was gonna do whatever mom wanted him to do. So he did get on drugs, okay, with the city officials, and actually got high with them. And long story short, which when mom got off, he couldn't get off. So anyway, long story short, this is when I tell you this the way it's going down. So when mom dies, the games begin, and I'm trying to do everything I can to. I know mom got the excellent insurance, and then they just playing with me, and then so happened the tumor started bleeding. I had been having tumors in my stomach when I was a kid, and I never got them out. So and I knew I had to get them out, but I never did get them out. And matter of fact, the tumor started bleeding the first time when my best friend died. So this is the second time. The plan was to get the tumors out after I got out, did the finance thing, but not thinking mom was gonna die. So this time the tumors eventually started bleeding. So I think at the same time I get on disability because you know what? I'm not even knowing what medication I'm taking. I'm not even knowing what medication I'm taking. I'm really actually because when you go to this place, they don't tell you what you don't see your file. It's like a public place. You don't see your file. You just, I just talked to him for 5 minutes and it was just like a blur. I was like having a blur vision or something, because I couldn't remember, what I was trying to, my mind was trying to visualize. And then the man just asked me, I just said, I'm just said like I'm having it's like I can visualize something. The man gave me the wrong meds. Visualize something that's, what I'm saying? Come on, you don't do it 2, 3 minutes and you're in there 5 and you already diagnosed. Bad idea, bad idea. So I guess the disability and all this stuff happening at the same time. But when I get the disability, I'm actually reading my file when this lady walk out. And now I know what drug I'm taking. Now I actually been detoxing now. I actually been detoxing, just like I said I was. I was detoxing. Because the whole point of it is this is what I want to tell y'all, especially in the black community. These people will put you on anything. They're gonna blame everything on mental illness. They're gonna blame everything you go through, they're gonna blame it on mental illness. Don't you take the meds? Don't you take that? Don't you take some meds? I understand. I mean, believe me when I tell you, if your child died, they want to give you some pills for you to go to sleep. Baby, don't take them pills. Let me tell you something. Do what you got to do. Work out. Pray. Do whatever you got to do. Because let me tell you something. Whatever that's done, whatever that you got to go through when you take that pill, you're going to have that same problem when you stop taking the pill. Do you know how many days and stuff that I done been through? 20 years is a long damn time. And think about it. I got the whole 20 years that I got to deal with, and then I got the rest of this stuff that I'm telling you about. I got all that to deal with, and then what I'm telling you about. So what was taking a pill gonna? You take a pill when you're sick. Don't take a pill just because you had some type of problem. You always gonna have problems. Some people problems is worse than others. Okay, and don't take a pill for it. If you take a pill, they're gonna give you another pill and another pill. That's what they want to do after they get to give you pills. Your liver gonna fail. And that's what they waiting on so they can put you on dialysis. It's the pharmaceutical market. And then that gives the police the reason to turn around and say whatever they do to you, they gonna blame it on mental illness. Okay, now let's get down to the story now. Now you feel me on everything. So anyway, so what happened is, so now the guy tells me to call the police. So the police turn around and attacks me. Okay, so then he just walks out and just leave. Don't tell nobody nothing because mission accomplished. Okay, and he probably didn't think things were gonna get that bad, but hell, I finally got a job. Nigga, you should have been had a job. Okay, you should have been had a job. And at the end of the day, I'm just being nice because a real man ain't gonna lay on nobody's floor. Okay, you land on my floor. A real man is gonna go to work and get his water on. Y'all, all the boys in that house with no running hot water. Now that's sorry. Should no woman have to get involved in nothing like that? They should have handled up on their business. That's what they should have done. The girls successful, but the boys weren't doing nothing. Let's just put it like that. Okay. So anyway, so that's shame. And that's shame on the mother part too. Because at the end of the day, y'all supposed to be church going. You got a daddy that's a pastor, and you got the wife at the church. And why are you putting your son off on somebody else that you don't know me? And I got my own problems. Okay. I have my own problems. I'm trying to do right, I'm trying to help. But the same token, that's not my responsibility. It's your son. So at the end of that, it's really sad because I got my own problems. And I want to say, I should have said, I'm not banging your son. You know what I'm saying? I'm not kissing your son. I'm not hugging your son. I'm not doing nothing with your son. I'm just trying to help. And your family is really taking advantage. And that's what people do. They take advantage. They will take advantage of your daughters, of independent women that's working. They will mooch off of you and lay on you. But a real man won't do that. A real man is going to get up and get a job. He's not even going to come there and lay on your floor. He would be too embarrassed to do that. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to do that. And the police knew that. It took me a long time to realize to really evaluate the situation. That police knew that this house was my house. They're not crazy. Because every time that the police came, that boy left. And he left with nothing. The only time that when the man said that he knew what was going on, that's the man that told him to get his stuff. And the only thing he had was a bag with a sock and a shirt in it or something. That's why that man said, I know what was going on. Okay. So at the end of the day, you using somebody's daughter that don't care. That's really what's going on. Okay. So anyway, so this is what happened. So the situation happens with the self-defense. So it's easy to turn around and put it on me, put it on the little girl, the little black girl that don't nobody care about and everything. And we could just bully her. Because that's what was going to end up happening. So anyway, so here I am confined, and here the police can trip out with me anytime they get ready, because that's what they've been doing. So I turn around, I start detoxing, and then mama dies, and then the stuff just went haywire. So now I gotta have the operation now, because now I'm about to die. So I have the operation with somebody that I don't know, which I found my mama's. I went through some of my mama documents and found the lady that she wanted to do the operation. So I called her. She do the operation. Next thing you know, things got real bad. Now I got my brother them going bad on me. They locked me. I had to bury mama. I had to talk. When mama died, they ran me out the hospital. Mama friends ran me out the hospital. My mama, my cousin, and my cousin, and then my cousin friend, which I think was a girlfriend, ran me out the hospital with my brother. So now everybody turns on me, because everybody always had turned on me. So that was the perfect. They turned on me. They were gonna get me out the way. So, but the lady that when my mama collapsed at the casino, the police dialed the number because they found her phone, and that lady drove to Dallas, and that's how we knew that mama was in the hospital. She had been in the hospital listed as John Doe for a week and a half, and I stayed up for 3 days until all the doctors came, and I called Dad, and Dad was there, and she was there. The deal of it is, where the brothers at? Where are the cousins? Where are the friends at? Where are everybody at? Nobody was there. That's the way drug people do. No one's there. You know what I'm saying? When you stop doing drugs and you don't do something, you don't have no more money, nobody's there. That's the way it is, people. Nobody's there anymore. Now the people that really care about you is going to be there for you. The one you step on. So anyway, so long story short, so what happened is the lady gave me a ride home, and she comes in. I remember this lady because she had a mustache, She must be, on that side of the fence, whatever. So she come in. She said, "You got a nice house." "Oh, thank you. You want some water?" She said, "Let me tell you something. Quit running." And think about it, I never talked to nobody. She told me, "Quit running. You've been running all your life. Quit running. A third of this is yours. Quit running." I don't know why I tried to go back and fight them people. Let me tell you something. I didn't get nothing out there. I didn't get nothing out of my mistake. Those people gave me a run for my money. The best thing that I ever could have done was bury my mama. That was worse than that self-defense case. Them boys gave me a run for my money. They turned on me. I ended up having them they left mama in the morgue for when they ran me out the hospital. Mama died that following Sunday. And she was on life support now, but I didn't even know she was brain dead. But long story short, they played so many games. They was out there everything. They was gonna make sure they didn't give me nothing. Because my brother was really mad at me because I told my cousin that he molested me, and both of them did. And she called down to Louisiana telling everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Now it's time to play our family crazy again. Now, because think about it, it's some money again. So now it's time, we got a weak family. Now it's time to play on their family again. So anyway, long story short, so that's what they did. They played on Played on the family. Now my brother salty because he's a millionaire. You know, you can't sit up and say something like that about him, that he molested his sister, because he's a millionaire and everything. And then I tried to talk to his wife, but she just told me, I'm just married to him. That's all. I'm just married to him. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to help me. But at the end of the day, when that mama ain't around, and my mama was a narc, when that mama not around, and them boys don't do right. The mama was around, mama would have kept him in line. What'd he do? She turned around and found out he was cheating. He been cheating the whole 29 years they was married. Okay. So now she want to turn around and go to her house. She come back in 2 days, everything gone. He didn't relocated the business, everything. Now she feel the pain. Now she want to get mad at me. We didn't meet you to the day of the wedding. You don't never marry a person family and you ain't met them and you 20 minutes away. See, that's what money will do to you. I'm gonna tell you that money will make people do a lot of things. But let me finish this story. So anyway, my mother has one granddaughter and one grandson. One granddaughter by the younger brother that's older than me, and one grandson by the older son. Okay. So anyway, so after that, so now I start getting victimized. See, like everybody want to rob me because I'm actually detoxing now. I'm detoxing because I find out what the meds was, but I'm only on like a few of them left. So I guess these people know that I'm actually trying to, what I'm saying? I'm like those, I'm like deteriorating. Like I'm losing a size every week. I'm like the tumors are like bleeding. I'm actually bleeding to death. I'm actually dying. So now everybody want to rob me. All the people that I help, everybody turning on me. It was like a Sodom and Gomorrah. When I tell you, you know damn well, I was nice looking and everything, but all them damn people ain't want to have sex with me. It's just, it's something disgusting about people when it comes to sex. They just want to turn around. You just got some people that just want to violate you. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, because everybody is not going to want to have sex with you. Okay? Well, that's just ain't nothing but demonic. Let me tell you something. If everybody want to have sex with you, that's demonic because everybody's not going to like the same thing. That's the point. That's demonic. That means that's evil. Well, anyway, so people start violating me, right? I comes in and I hides in the house. Let me tell you something, y'all. I've been in this house for years. Years. I didn't have no food. And let me tell you, I went and had the operation and I allowed my cousin to take me out the hospital. That lady don't know me. That lady done did a $79,000 surgery and had them people, and she took me out the hospital after having almost an $80,000 surgery, 10 hours after I just had this surgery in ICU. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to be able to fight against all them people. And I'm detoxing too. Them people's going to take me to the cleaners. I got in this house and hid. After they turned around and attacked me a couple times, I hid. So I hid in the house and everything. So I ended up talking to the mortgage lady. She put the house on hold for 2 years. Okay. Now, while she put the house on hold, now I had a dripping faucet. And this is the part that you want to get to. Okay. After everything I just said, now I'm going to say it. I had a dripping faucet. When nobody even tripped do the faucet. Okay. So I goes to this because the bank, the lady at the bank that I had just met when the incident happened with the self-defense, I just met this lady. She came to the funeral. She the one took me to a lawyer. I didn't wasn't ready for no lawyer. I didn't really know nobody, and I was actually sick as hell. She took me to a lawyer, and I ended up signing out my rights over to her. Did somebody I didn't even know. And then they had me to sign my insurance policy, everything. I signed over to a complete stranger. And then she goes and tell everybody. That was another trouble I had. Because she went and told everybody. So then all of a sudden, so now they done got me out of everything. Okay. So I come to the house, I'm hiding, because they attacked me and all this other stuff. So then all of a sudden, I talked to the mortgage lady. No, let me tell you this. This is what happened. So my faucet is dripping. So After they attack me, I don't have no food. I'm like eating spoiled food. I'm like, all this stuff is happening. What happened was, uh, I end up going to this place that pay a bill. Because think about it, I'm on disability. They did already kind of like ran through everything. And then I had some money that I actually put up, don't know where it was, because I was having memory problems. Because think about it, they was really trying to push me over the edge. It was like too many people attacking me. It was like over 50 people. It was so many people. Then I was already in church. Come to find out, to tell the story, the pastor that my mother was going to church with, this man is no good. My mother told me he was a whore. Okay. But this man was trying to get with me. So when I turned around and went to him for help, all thing people can think of is where that jackpot money. That's all they think of. Where that jackpot money. Okay. They want to know where the money at. I ain't seen no damn money. I don't even have my inheritance money. Not no, I done lost my money trying to bury my mama. And I done lost that. I don't have no money. Come to find out, somebody told me before I went into hiding, before they started attacking me, that somebody was getting the names off the sick and shut-in list, and they was taking the people homes. Now, when I was younger, and remember when that van was outside, and it was in 1979, I heard them say that they was gonna come out with a drug. And that the drug, they were gonna get the people on the drug, and they was gonna get the people on the drug, and they was gonna take back the people homes. They were gonna take back the homes. They were gonna get the people homes, and they were gonna take the homes. I didn't know nothing about what drug it was. This was 79 now. Come to find out in 84, that 84, 85, now we know it's crack. They already had it planned, y'all. They had it planned that they was gonna get that anyway. They had it planned. It was a planned drug to take your homes. Okay? It was already planned. They knew they were gonna get you on drugs and they was gonna take you home. That's what they had it planned, y'all. Crack wasn't even out then. It wasn't even out then in 79. Okay, I already know cocaine was, I would imagine coke was probably out for the rich. But when they start freebasing it, that's a different, I heard that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's more addictive. It wasn't even out then. They already know how they was gonna do it. It was already planned. It was planned then that they was gonna get your homes. I heard that in the 9th grade. I was in the 9th grade. It was nowhere in the world that I would have known a drug is gonna come out and they was gonna get the homes. So what I'm telling you is, that's not the original pastor that was there. That's another pastor that was there. That's Sugar Daddy, a handsome man. Our birthday was a day apart. They sold out. They sold their people out. Now you hearing the story what I'm saying now, and I know it's been long as hell. The pastor, they sold the people shiesty. You know what I'm saying? So now they got to say allegedly and all that other shit, right? Okay, allegedly. The sick and shut-in list was a sick and shut-in list. I was sick, but I went on no sick and shut-in list. That was the deal. They was gonna get my home and my mama home. But I'm not knowing where I was gonna have to go through in order to get online and talk to y'all today. And I'm in a garage talking to you. I'm in a garage and it's long as hell. And I don't even know if you're gonna listen to it. Okay? What they doing down here in Texas is they're stealing homes. And they doing it elsewhere too, especially in California. They're stealing the people homes. That's what they're doing. That's our government. They're stealing your homes. And the lady that had me to sign over and all that stuff, her mother-in-law, it was messing with the man. That's the over housing. Yes, it was planned. That's what I'm telling you right now. That I got that all this was orchestrated. And I did not know that I was gonna fall into the trap because I was trying to bury my mother. Something that people do every day. That was gonna go for years and years and years, and I was gonna have to fight for my life. And then by the time I get well, that God allowed me to get well, that I was gonna wake up And then I was gonna turn around and they was gonna be all on top of me. It's no way that I can win. With the Lord, but it's no way that I can fight all these people because I was thrown out there. I'm not even from the drug trade, but I was affiliated with my mama. So at the end of the day, they never planned on her keeping her house either. Okay, and while she was trashing me, now I'm sitting up here trying to bury her so simple. And I'm not blaming her. In a way, it is. And then in a way, it's a lot of people got caught up. But that's how I got caught up. Because I would have never get caught up. I never would have got caught up in that mess. I would have never got in so deep. But you're gonna get in deep when it comes to your family member, and and sometimes you just don't know. So at the end of the day, I'm telling you what they're doing down here in Texas. They all ganging up, and you got people cooning out here. They using the black people to turn on the people that's disabled and vulnerable, and they taking their homes. So when I had a dripping faucet and everything, and would not nobody do it unless they have sex with me and stuff like that, and that's how these guys had got, these Negroes had got. They want to have sex with you in order to change a faucet when you did so much for them and stuff. Because you didn't think about it. I didn't talk to nobody, but I helped everybody. Okay, so I didn't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell nobody my business. I didn't tell nobody my problems. I would listen to other people's stuff, but I ain't never talked for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never told nobody nothing about me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never turned a deaf ear to tell nobody that ain't my problem or that ain't my business or whatever. I never done that. But what I'm saying is, you know, this is what they was doing because they know I needed help. So now is you finna have sex with me. Now I wasn't gonna have sex with them. So what I did was I went to this place that I was told that I can go to get so I can get help on a bill. And I think that's where I saw a flyer that said we do small repairs. Did I know? I called this place and with no answer. So I called back and I think I left a message. And long story short, the people called me back and the lady talked to me. She started asking me all these questions about, where my family is and all this other stuff. And I wouldn't imagine what I was getting ready to get into. This lady got the 411 on me. Next thing you know, she acted like I was gonna be on a long waiting list. Man, that lady was at this house. She had this guy in my house in 2 days named George. George was a little Mexican man. That man came. Let me tell you something. I was in a government scam. I did not know that. Our mayor has been to prison. Man, I called up. I remember he the one handing this man the phone. Kevin Fielder. He's the city councilor over my area. I'm in District 7. They had a couple of city council. I didn't know nothing about politics either. I didn't know the difference between the city or the county. I didn't know nothing about politics. Okay, I did not know nothing. Okay, I was not educated. So anyway, so I end up getting the people the people the lady said that she was gonna send somebody out here. So it ended up being little George. I remember George. I looked like I was dying. I looked crazy as hell. I looked like I was 90 years old. That's because I was close to my deathbed. I only paid like 98 pounds. So they probably thought I was gonna die anytime now. Okay. So then they looking at my house trying to play like they ain't looking right. So he looks at the faucet. Then he asked me, he said, can I see one of your restrooms? And I showed him the master restroom. And he flushes the toilet. And then he says, oh, you got a slow flush. Now I did a little taxes or whatever, but I'm on disability, so I'm gonna resign from that. So I says, I'm thinking that it because the water raised high, because in these older houses the water goes up. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like it is sufficient save water or something like that. I ain't never had nobody do nothing for me. Well, you know what? It wasn't good for that person to do anything for me that day. Well, George turned around and said, I can fix that. I don't know what George talking about, but okay. Baby, let me tell you something. George sends Juan and Carlos out. Juan and Carlos come out in 2 days. Let me tell you something. They wanted my social. That's what they wanted. They wanted that social because by me being on disability, my house qualifies as a low income house. So since it's a low income, then they can turn around and do a government scam. And that's exactly what they did. I went a whole year without having water. I knew they got me into a scam. They would not fix that water. Carl Davis is a city council lady that got killed with her daughter. That's the one that they had me talking to because I asked them, why did you do what you did? And they said, Carl Davis. Let me tell you something. You may think this damn video long as hell, and it is. But let me tell you something. And I want you to hear me closely. See, there's no way that I would have fooled with the city of Dallas. See, because I didn't detox. I don't have a medicine in my body. Because I know I gotta fight that self-defense case, and you've been playing me crazy. And I know some people seen exactly what that man did. That white man did. And you just stripped me naked and violated me and did all that shit to me. You know damn well I'm finna fight you back. Cause my mama wasn't there and I don't have nobody to help me. And I'm gonna turn around and redeem myself. Cause you ain't gonna turn around and do me like that and have me living like I'm in prison. You know, and I came from the streets. I worked for this. I worked for my house. So anyway, so why would I allow the city to come in my damn house? I don't even call the police. And if I talk to them, I wouldn't talk to them on this side of town. I can guarantee you that. It's a different world than where we come from, okay? Because over there, we could talk to them. Over here, you better not even look at them, okay? And I'm in Pleasant Grove over here. And I want you to look it up. The crime rate is terrible over here. Okay, I would have never moved over here in PG. That's what they call it. I'm in Buckner Terrace, and I want you to know it. That's where I'm at in Buckner Terrace. Because what they doing, them city officials that got fired because they sitting up here and they get these minorities that sitting up here be feeding these people steak dinners, doing all that stuff for these people for a vote. So you would think they wouldn't allow stuff like this to go on in their neighborhood, but yes, they will. They would allow anything. These people don't care. These white people run this neighborhood. These black people sit up here and they allow them to do what they do because half of the police is corrupt out here. Okay? They'll turn around and jump on a black person, but when that white person tell them something, then they'll turn around. Just put it like this. If a white person say something, they're going to do what the white person say. Okay, because they want the vote from the white people. So they feel like they can treat the black people any kind of way because the white people are supposed to be running stuff. Because I was told, because I was saying, where they get this at? Where they get this is because it was a predominantly all black neighborhood, and the white people started moving over here, and then they got it. The white people started moving over here, and they be having high demands, and these police would be catering to them, trying to do what they tell them to do. But this is what end up happening was I end up telling them about themselves because I was trying to reach out for help for quite a while now, but they wouldn't help me. Because I couldn't, because when I was giving the wrong meds and stuff and people was violating me, I kept saying help and stuff like that. They wouldn't do nothing because they knew what was going on over here. They didn't care. Because let me tell you something what the man said at the trash man. He told me, where you from? And I said, University Park. He said, what are you doing over here? He said, they trying to degrade you. He said, like that. He said, how did you get over here? I said, I didn't know where I was moving to. He said, they don't even want me to pick up your trash. See, I'm a taxpayer. And I want to tell you this. When they turned around and fixed that faucet, they turned around and they put a commode in and they knew they was going to cause a major plumbing disaster. So I don't have water over here. I don't have water. That's against my constitutional rights, me not having no water. So they actually thought I was going to die. They thought I was going to die because I was sick. What they was going to do, they was going to turn around and they thought I was going to die. They wanted me to sign the contracts And eventually I signed the contract because I was told. They say sign them contracts when you end up getting hepatitis. And I really believe that because I went so long. I went so long. So I signed the contracts. I signed all them contracts. What they got to do? They got roof, fence, electrical, just all kind of stuff. It's just a scam. All of it was a scam. Them people ain't did $1 worth of work. They ran out with the money. That's exactly what they was gonna do. If they wouldn't have ran out with the money, they thought they was gonna work on the house and they was gonna tell me to get out the house. That's what they were gonna do. They were gonna take over my house and make my house a government house. Because once they work on your house, you can't sell your house within 5 years. Because if you break my pipeline, you fix it. You don't turn around and have me in distress with no damn water. And I want to let you know something. Texas is 2 states that govern their own water. Texas is one of them. I'm not the only one that they doing it to. They depriving water. They depriving water, and that damn city official that's overhousing the one that was going with that girl mother-in-law, he is the one that's sitting up here running things. And come to find out, that's what I want to tell you. When I was coming up and I left home at 16, I met this guy that was older than me. He hang around with him. Now, what you doing on the street hanging around with him? They over there doing drugs, and let me tell you something. Yes, they are. They doing drugs. He's doing drugs. The city officials is doing drugs over there with my ex, and my brother is dead now because they was actually giving my brother drugs, and my brother was sick and didn't go to the doctor because I wasn't there because he turned on me listening to my other brother. So now my brother is dead, and the girl that had the baby, that he turned around and married her. Well, you know what? He had 1.5 million. So I would imagine she did marry him. So he turned on his sister. Now look at this mess. And then come to find out, let me tell y'all this. Then come to find out that the man, I didn't know this at the time now. Because think about it. I didn't know all this at the time. What I'm going to tell you. The man that she was talking to all these years that was married. Because let me tell you something, he came back to their house once he married. Because when he married that lady, he came back to that house. He came back to that house because he told my mama. Because I was gone then. And something my mama told me that I guess she was just trying to justify it. Because really she wanted to take that nigga back. You know what I'm saying? And probably embarrassed because I was there. And he did the way he did her. You know what I'm saying? Because she thought she was going to be married to him and be with the elite. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the elite. She would have did better. Just getting her. She could have been with my brother's father. Because of come to find out, we had all different daddies. So me and the second one didn't even have the same daddy. So she should have been with that one because he was a good man. My father and her was like oil and water, but she should have been with that one. But anyway, that's another story. I can't say anything about that. He was a good man though, and I don't know. Maybe she just didn't want anyone to know that she had some childhood drama issues. But anyway, long story short, that guy ended up being a DA, the DA of Dallas. So when they over here harassing me, put a murder on me, he's the DA. He's the DA of Dallas. Like, are you serious? The DA of Dallas. Then we got Congress. You remember when I was riding by and she was leaving and I was catching her and she was telling me that she was going here and stuff like that. They used that woman. They used her. She was just a little country girl. They used her. They used her. They used our family. And they stealing these people's homes left and right out here. And they call it a new development. It's not no new development. You're stealing. You're stealing the homes. And I didn't deal with the flying monkeys and all that other stuff. So you're telling me out of all this time for years, I don't have no water. Now I'm getting raped for water. I'm on disability. I'm the only person on the street that don't have no water. And I'm getting raped for water. See, that's how come I didn't go along with that shit from the get-go. And then they wanted to pick me up after they done violated me with the water situation. And the lady asked me, was I a whistleblower? I didn't even know what a whistleblower was. I had to look it up. Before them people even got caught, some of them, I didn't know what a whistleblower was. Them people was trying to hide me then. I couldn't barely walk, talk, or see. No, I couldn't. I didn't have the proper healing coming out the hospital. I didn't know all that was gonna happen. I was supposed to have been resting. Then now they trying to act like it's old. It's old. You done violated me. You got friends of the city official friends that done violated me. And then you want to act like it's old. You been have me in this house all these years, messing with my car, trying to keep me in the house where I can't go nowhere, violating my constitutional rights with no water. Who get raped for water? Who gonna get raped for water? Taking me having pride and dignity and having a house. Oh, let me tell you something. That's what I want to tell you. The lady had put my house on hold for 2 years because she knew it was a problem. And when I started moving around, I asked her, why did you help me? Because she did a long while. She hold the house all that time. I said, why did you help me? She said, because she knew I needed help. I was like a flower that needed a little water. And she said, and my parents was in the Holocaust. And I knew this was no ordinary situation. I was dying in this house. I couldn't walk. I could barely walk, talk, or see. These people tried to kill me so many times with a fire. The house caught on fire. I called 911 knowing that I didn't have no water to put the fire out and knowing that I don't call the police. The police didn't even dispatch the fire department. They did not do that. Did I call the chief the next day? My stepmom that was with daddy at the time said she ain't never seen nothing like it. Cause she left daddy after I left daddy. And I moved in my house though. And I've been here ever since. I've been in my house 22 years. And how dare them people turn around and tell me, act like I don't need no water. They ain't paying not one mortgage bill. And they probably ain't been here as long as I have. How come I'm the only person on the street that don't have no damn water? But I'm a disability person. Now, how do you turn around and pull that shit at the bank that I've been banking there since I was 18 and my mama was banking there? How can you turn around and have somebody sign some rights over to somebody that's ill? How can you turn around and then they beat me for my jury $1 million? They beat me for my jury. I can't even go to the police about that because all the police on the north side is crooked. Now the man ain't the DA no more, but now he taking that he went and on the low and started doing long mines. I think that's why they tried to pull some stuff on me with him and mom. Because when that situation happened with the murder, I had to file bankruptcy. And that's when I paid off when I said I had to do a financial debt. I just got out of bankruptcy May 2009. And then mom died June 2009. You telling me that I've been going through this shit all this damn time fighting? That's why I look crazy. Look at you gonna tell me that when I in 2015 December that they bust the pipeline and I still don't have no water? That they drained the police watched them. I watched them count me off and keep the money with the dirty police. There you got my brother dying, so they living over there free in my mama house. Then they then already did the thing at the bank. Y'all, it's too much. It's too many people. It's too many people involved. And if I wouldn't have never lived through it, I wouldn't have known how deep it was. Everyone that violated me is affiliated. They all affiliated. So now you got rape. Ain't nobody picked up because I actually went to And then another person, because you got to think about it. When one person sees somebody do something, another person going to do it. Because they know that the police ain't going to help you. Shit, we do anything to you. That's the type of message they sending out. All this for somebody that ain't did nothing. I mean, you got to be kidding me. And then as soon as I started walking, then here come the illegal foreclosure. I used to work for that company. I've had to file bankruptcy again. I ain't even missed a payment. I ain't did nothing. Why I go before the judge and get it dismissed, thinking I'm getting ready to work out something with the new lender? Then they beat me down. Then I turned around and I started saying, "Well, what's your address so I can write?" Because I'm not understanding. Because I know how to do a loan mod, right? They sending me packages. Don't nobody do no loan mod for no €2. Did come to find out they give me the same damn address, and I ain't never missed a day of work. When that guy was here, think about it. When I got my house, I ain't never missed a day of work. It's the same address. That's the same damn lawyer that took them damn same lawyer. I bet it's the same. It is because I seen a white girl. She told me. She said that she did well, whatever. Because think about it, I gotta say that too. Because let me tell you something. She told me, yeah, that's that lawyer down there dealing with the hurricane down there in Houston with them people. Now, City Markets and I already got their license taken on the front page of the attorney or the Inspector Tanner General. How you gonna do your own underwriting and everything, and you already got somebody in a legal foreclosure? And let me tell you something. This didn't happen because if you think about it at first, when the lady was on the phone and stuff, the one that actually saved my life, how you gonna save my life then come back and take the house too? That's why I say it's gotta be foul play involved. Because right after she did the loan mod, she got my interest rate down from 7 to 3%, what I should have had already with excellent credit. And then my payments went down. Then damn, I can afford them damn payments with my damn Social Security. Come on, let's be for realistic now. So now you're telling me don't pay, and then you did all this other stuff, then you lose the payment. No. Did I pay you? Even after I pay you, then you want to come back and say I'm in foreclosure? I can't be in foreclosure. You ain't gave me no breach letter. I just paid you. I didn't tell them I just paid them. Sure, they know I just paid their ass. But the point of it is, I just paid you, and now I'm in foreclosure. You ain't gave me no 30-day breach letter. Guess how much they were giving me to sell my damn house for? $1,475. They waited for the money. They had to hold the account to make it look like I was behind. The lady got my payments down to $600. My payment was at $40,000 when I was ill. They trying to get the balance all the way up to the original balance that it was in 1999. Everything they did is just illegal. They just couldn't take my home. Then they got me in a loan mod for €2. Then I filed bankruptcy, like I told you the second time. Now I'm in the finance field. This is screwing up my credit. Then I'm filing a bankruptcy the second time. Then I asked to get dismissed, so I can work out something with the new lender, end up in the same lender. Then they tell me I'm not gonna talk to you, talking to the FBI. I'm thinking really the man is tripping. Really, I'm thinking he's playing, right? He's serious as hell. I had to go back and get an automatic stay. That means that if I just filed, I can go back and do an automatic stay. It ain't been 30 days. So I do an automatic stay. Well, what even 30 days? Now, if it had been 30 days since I filed bankruptcy, just not even 30 days ago, how did this lady, she ain't even paying attention. She ain't even paying attention that I just got a bankruptcy 30 days ago. How you take on $60,000? You didn't take on $60,000 in 30 days? I told her, I know she did. I said, she said, well, you got to pay for your credit report $55. I said, you ain't put my credit report. She said, I know, but you got to pay. They don't supposed to be filing on bankruptcy without pulling on credit report. You don't know who my creditors are. You going out the first man. The first man is wrong anyway. When I filed it in, you can't do that. You can't file bankruptcy and not pull a person credit report. I got a lock on my credit report. I don't know if she could pull it anyway, but I know damn well she didn't do it. I told her she didn't do it, and she just agreed that she didn't do it. So because I know damn well, I said she didn't do it, and she agreed to it. But I know damn well she didn't do it. And she talking about I got $60,000. What do you think I've been doing in 30 days? I ain't did that much in 30 days. What do you think I've been doing in 30 days to get $60,000? I'm on disability. I'm fighting, running from the police like I stole something. So I know how y'all black men be and some of y'all white chocolate people when y'all framed for some shit. Because they think about it. I know damn well the struggle is real. Look at me. Look at the way I look. I can show you a picture of the way I used to look like, and you can see what I look. I'm burnt the hell out from stress. How am I have a problem with depression and you taking me through all this? You got the murder, you sitting up here stripping me naked, you violate me, then you sit up there, your friends raping me, then you got me in the house with no water, then you chasing me down the street. That's why they want to blame everything on mental illness, because they give them a chance to violate you. So y'all think about that when y'all take a pill, because that's what they doing. They want you to take that pill. Then they want to come back and say, let me tell you what it was, what they said. They said I was a schizophrenic. I ain't heard a damn voice before in my life. Okay, I ain't never heard no goddamn voice. I've been working. I ain't never missed a day of work. I ain't no schizophrenic. I never heard a voice. I'm only taking pills at nighttime. You done gave me the wrong goddamn meds. That's what you done did. Okay. And then I knew something was wrong because you turned around and said you kept giving me a urine test. So you trying to test to see if it's messing up my liver. Now I know to stop taking it. Y'all don't take them damn pills. They gonna play you crazy at the end of the day. They gonna try to have control. You see, you can see what's going on every time something happens. And let me tell you something. That Sandra Bland saved my life too. That saved my life. Because when I seen Sandra Bland, that same week or whatever, they was trying to get me to come out the house. Any other time, my goody good ass would have came out the house and talked to the police when they was outside. Thank God I didn't do it. Because I had called them earlier that day on my neighbor because they was popping firecrackers and explosive, and I don't have no water to water down my house. As a matter of fact, they do whatever they want to do. They sell weapons of war. A black man can't even sell a pistol, but you can let them do that over there. Those Spanish people. I never seen nothing like it all the day. Let a black man sell something like that. His ass gonna get he gonna get killed. They gonna put his they foot in your neck and kill you. You better not sell a damn pistol. Okay, and they know that too. Cause then they tried to get me to do the video. I didn't come over here to do no videos. And where I come from, that type of stuff don't go on. And they tried to walk in on me then. Cause I said I don't want to have nothing to do with it. And then daddy was living at the time. Daddy died too. And they took daddy's stuff too. No probate, no nothing. All this is illegal. Mm. And then they tried to get me killed when I went to go and check on daddy's stuff too. Uh-huh. And I was actually studying to be a tax attorney. And I don't think I was that far from my school where I was going to school at. Hmm. So that's what I'm telling you. Barely no food, no water. They still in the homes, illegal foreclosure. Just where's the police? And then that I went and talked over there because the girl is in my mother's house living free. You know what I'm saying? My brother's dead. She bumped him off. That was right up her alley. The other brother, I don't know what he's doing. He's sick, probably karma. You know what I'm saying? So therefore she lives free. While our families tripped out just like what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't want to go down like that. I don't want to die. I don't want to die behind their shenanigans because they were getting high. It was a lot of city officials in that damn house getting high. It was a lot of them. That's not. I didn't get high with them. I don't get high. Okay, I'm just my mother's daughter. I was just trying to help. I hadn't killed nobody. Yeah, all that other stuff is nothing is right. I supposed to have water. That's against my civil rights. I don't supposed to be getting raped. Why don't you pick those people up that did that? You're not gonna do that because if one fall, all of them fall. Where's the police? Where I wrote the attorney general, he's not gonna do nothing. Oh, this want to tell you something. That man ended up coming back. He came back. His name is Carl Hayes. He came back. Now he's representing a 14-year-old in a rape trial. How come he not representing me? I'm my mother's daughter. Why he's not representing me? Why he's a prosecutor? Why don't he represent me? Okay, what is he doing? Why he was flopping on my daddy couch and living in my mama house? You know what I'm saying? Why he wasn't living there, but he was using it as a flop house. Why they go to their prestigious college? Why he ain't representing me? Why he not standing up? As a matter of fact, he did talk to me too. Uh Probably about a year ago. And he heard the church music in the background, and then he heard that I was that I actually went to counseling, so that means that they got record of it, what's going on, you know. And then I told them my brother had died because they the one got my brother on drugs. You know, just because my mother got off, that don't mean that he could get off. And then the only reason why that happened is because he was sending her money home from the military, and she was supposed to have been saving his checks, and it was nothing left when he got here. So they had to give him that. They gave him that pipe. So therefore, do I be mad at my brother? No. How can I be mad at somebody that when your own brother gave you the pipe and you got the city officials just walking around like they the elite? And let me tell you something. I don't know much about computers, which you probably know that because I don't know how this is turning out. But then you got the flying monkey that tried to turn around and make me have a heart attack. Now he's standing up there. Did I get rid of him? Because I'm thinking that I met somebody that said he was from Africa. All these people are working together. They're no good. He's trying to get me to sign over my rights. I mean, it's just like, did he stand up there with Shanita Cleveland, that just ran for Congress? It's like, why are you interviewing this guy? And he had 27 arrest records. Now, I ain't supposed to be, nobody with 27 arrest records don't need to be around anybody. Let's know somebody that was having mental issues. Because I was going through a depression. You don't supposed to be around nobody. Let me tell you something. My depression should have been long over with now. I'm detox. Now I'm fighting for my life. Now I would imagine after all this, I probably do need some more counseling. Yeah, some spiritual counseling. This is crazy. So I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you. The neighborhood now, city of Dallas and already took over West Dallas. And them people ain't gave up their homes. Now that's the hood over there. Them damn black people ain't gave up their homes. And let me tell you exactly how they did it. How they did it was they get you to go to these churches, and then you sign up at the church, and then they'll help you with your bills. Then they'll tell you to get some groceries. Then they'll tell you they'll help you pay your bill. Then they'll turn around and say, we'll pay your bill at the county and we'll help you. Then with them older people, what they'll do is they'll turn around, probably need a roof. Then they'll turn around and do that roof. Then they'll turn around and get them a wheelchair ramp. Then they'll turn around and get them a walk-in. I seen it with my own eyes. Because I used to go out there in West Dallas, and they would hold meetings out there, and the city would be out there. And then they would turn around and they would get them a walk-in bathtub. They would keep them in the system because they know that house is going to belong to them. And they know that them people, when they die, that house is going to the city. And then they know that if they move out, then the house is still going to the city because they're going to slap a lien against the house. Why do you think that they wouldn't turn around and fix my pipeline? I didn't know this at the time. But I knew something was up. But then I thought I talked to the mayor. But it was actually Kevin Fielder playing like he was the mayor, which was the city council. I don't watch TV. I watch my phone, which the news come across. And that's when I seen that he hit the pedestrian, which you can go and look at everything that I said. He hit the pedestrian, I guess a boy on a scooter, a white boy, and he was drunk and he ran off. So I'm thinking that I'm waiting on the mayor. No, it's Kevin Fielder, the city council. Then these people are so corrupt. Then we got the mayor that I actually was talking to that ended up giving Kevin Fielder the phone. Then you probably say they know what they doing, because when they start assisting me with my bills, and me and the lady befriended each other, then she tells me, because she started paying my bills. Let me tell you something why they was paying my bills. They was paying my bills because they knew that I was in a scam, and they knew that these people hadn't got caught yet. And come to find out, that was Don Carway, baby mama, paying my bills. How disgusting is this? Is Texas don't have no leaders. They don't have no leaders like they say they have leaders. They don't have no leaders. That lady told me all of them be riding deep. She told me that. She said all of them be riding deep. She said all of them be doing crack riding deep. She said they be riding deep. She said, this is what she told me. She said Jesse Jackson be doing that crack. Al Sharpton, all of them. Diane Rash, they all of them. They all be riding doing crack. I know they may be good leaders. Some leaders is better than no leaders, but you got to think about this. So what happens when it's they buddies? And I'm in the situation that I'm in now. What happens when it's the buddies though? So what do I do right now? And I need help. How can somebody can victimize me that many damn times, but all of them buddies, all of them crackheads? I'm not saying all of them crackheads. What I'm saying is, I know for a fact that that goddamn commissioner over there with my damn boyfriend and my ex-boyfriend, because he wanted to be my boyfriend so bad, he only talked to him for about a week or two. It wasn't that serious, okay? But the point of it is you over there and you do it and you getting drugs, and you probably say, I've been knowing that, but hell, did you think I thought that I was gonna run into some shit dealing with city officials and all that other stuff? I would have never thought that all this stuff would be going on. And I know a lot of people want to get mad. Don't get mad at me. Okay? Don't get mad at me because the government was in our house a long time ago. Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you what the lady said. The rest of it is what I know. That's her baby daddy. Okay? So she knows who her baby daddy is. And I actually met that child. Okay. And that child is a registered nurse. So that's her baby daddy. So that's what she told me. Only thing I'm doing is telling you the facts. And I want to give a shout out to what's her name? Alexis uh I don't know if it's Tyler or Taylor. Taylor. You know, the psychic. I like her. She's out there. I remember when she started. She out there. And then what's that one? I can't think of her name. The one that's real aggressive. I can't think of her name. Y'all know I'm talking about, the one with the short hair. I remember when she got started that she's real aggressive. So at the end of the day, you know, sometimes you may not like what you hear. So you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay. My job is not to make you feel good. Okay, because over a leader. You know, they're people. You got to remember that. They're people. They're people just like you and I. They put their pants leg on one leg at a time, just like you and I. Please do not give these people no type of pedestals and try to act like they're not people. At the drug world, it's a lot of people got on drugs. Just because I named a few people that you may not like for me to turn around and say, I doubted very seriously that lady was lying. So at the end of the day, please do not turn around and try to go against me because I said something about somebody that you like. At the end of the day, I like to live and I don't like being out here with no water and all this other stuff. And I like my mama too. But at the end of the day, I gotta call it what it is. It is what it is, honey. Because at the end of the day, this is against the law. What's happening here? The police system is corrupt. It is no way that I should be the only person on the street. And the man that's over the trash people, he end up dying. So at the end of the day, because he told me they don't even want me to pick up your trash. Now, why are you making me suffer? You violated me. I pay taxes. That's against my civil rights. People in prison don't even get raped for water. Why am I getting raped for water? Why is somebody else living in my mama's house free? I did get it probated. Them people knew that they know what they doing. Now they over there taking the homes over there in the neighborhood now after they hit West Dallas. Now they call it new development. Where did the black people go? You think them damn them hood people did turn, and I mean hood, they straight hood. Okay? Them damn people, and they Louisiana back over there. Okay. They not for the lead they damn neighborhood. Okay. West Dallas, they took over West Dallas. West Dallas called it a new development. They don't do the development. You steal it. I guess it's new development with my house too. I guess that's new development. So now you're going around victimizing disabled people and disability people. So now I'm the only person on the street. Oh, I want to tell y'all, give glory to God because at the end of the day, I'm feeling better, even though I'm stressed out. When I did go to another police department, because you can't go to another police department. That's how they got it sold up. You said because you could be right there by a police department, but if it's not If it's not in your area and it didn't happen, then you can't go there. See, that's what it is. That's how they end up locking you in with the buddy system, and people don't get help. But I walked in on them. I didn't walked in on them about 2 or 3 times. I ain't got no help, but I walked in, had to come back and all that other stuff. So I walked in on them, and when I walked in on them, that they was on the phone exploiting me, talking about, well, you need to do the package again for the 19th time. You don't think I know how to do a loan mile package? I know how to do a loan mile package. I know how to do a loan mile package better than they set up shop with some fake people, because after they lost their license, they had the lawyer being 5 people, which that's a conflict of interest if you 5 people. Then they get some everybody there that don't know nothing what they doing, and you got them doing anything to try to make it look legal. And so happened they the lawyer for the city mortgage, and then they the lawyer for sin law. That's a conflict of interest. And as soon as I went into the other police station, and the chief told me to come back Monday and stuff. And as soon as he told me to come back Monday, then the lady gonna get on the phone, the supervisor. Oh, well, you gotta get a call, and you gotta the call you get. If you miss the call, just follow the instructions, and it's gonna come from a private number. That don't even sound like no mortgage company. Shoot, let me tell you something. That was on a Friday. 2 days later, I go outside and look in the mailbox on a Sunday. They didn't slid the letter in there. They get ready to start off with the foreclosure just because I went to the police department, and I ain't did not one thing wrong. I didn't miss no payment. I didn't do nothing for a home that I've been having 22 years. 22 years I've been having this home, and I ain't did a damn thing. So what I'm telling y'all is, they doing it in our neighborhood where I'm from. They got the people off the sick and shut in list. These are our black people that has traded people in. They got Jonathan Maples working for them. He was trying to get my deed to the house when they was hitting me up at the pawn shop. I kept hearing his name. I heard his name in the neighborhood. Now you can't work for the city and then turn around and be working out there with the people. You can't. I don't know what these black people thinking. If somebody is employed with the city, they can't be on your side if the city trying to buy your house. You can't. You can't. And then another thing, why he working with anybody? Because the guy that had the 27 arrest records, he told me they was in prison together. Don't you know my brother didn't have no business being over no $1.5 million or however close how much that was? And he was a drug addict, and he was in a drug program then. You should have known he was gonna die. That's crazy. And I had a legal aid lawyer after they done turned around and ripped me off. You should have known he was gonna get killed. He was gonna kill himself. That's crazy as hell. That's a goddamn attempted murder right there. That you know damn well this boy gonna kill himself. He in a drug program now in court. And of course, exactly what happened. So I lost a brother. I got a brother that was he didn't want to be called a child molester. So what he do? Set up his own brother to go against his sister. Because he turned around and apologized. Because most likely the young one got it from the old one. But why the young one can't apologize? The $1 million boy. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't apologize and keep it moving? Now you letting the whole world know whatever going on is the truth. You got your sister out there getting raped in the streets, and while the girl sitting up in the house living free. And if you are getting some money out of her, then a third of that house is mine. So why am I sitting getting raped in the streets while somebody in there living free with their family? And your sister out here looking bad. You know, I'm gonna tell you something what ended up having me to do this live. Because the lady was giving me water. When I was 54 years old, the banker had to tell me how old I was. Yeah, let me tell y'all something. I didn't wait to this age to be a victim. Disrespected me. And then you know even my birthday just passed. You got the what's her name? Jasmine Crockett, a civil rights lady and a lawyer. Gonna call me on the phone talking about happy birthday. I thought that was a damn answer machine. So I talked to a college friend and I played it again. I realized that ain't with no damn recorder. That was her voicemail talking about I need a thing. Call. You damn right, I need a lot. I calls. I tells her everything. I said, I see you in the building with Carl, and I'm talking everything, telling her all this stuff. 20 things happened to me. Y'all just don't know. I done had so much stuff that happened to me. They treat me like I'm a scum, like I'm a bum. I swear to God, I'm just a lovable. I'm just as pretty with long hair, just a beautiful lady. And they just trashing me out like I'm not nothing. Look at the way they doing me, disrespecting me, like I'm just nothing. Well, I don't even take baths. Is this what you call a new development, taking people's houses? This ain't no damn 40 acres in a mule. We work for our shit. You taking them people homes? Is that what you doing? You got John Wiley Price parading around like he's some kind of untouchable. You a coon. You traded. Because let me tell you something. Ain't no one black man that turned around and having them kind of power moves where he could turn around and screw over people. And you know what? My college friend told me they ain't talked to in a while. She said her brother getting married and he used to whoop her ass. Everywhere I go, this nigga done pissed on somebody. And they got this nigga running around here acting like he Captain Save a Lot. And he running over there on Savage, getting high. He a junkie. How in the hell? And let me tell you something. We ain't talking about no defamation of character. This time we talking about my personal life. I'm gonna tell you what I know. He's a junkie. He don't have no business trying to. I would imagine he would take a drug addict would take anything. You got to think about it. Remember when I said I didn't know? I thought that that crack. That was that. Whitney Houston said crack is whack. I do coke. Well, you know what? She did crack too. When she had a coke, she did crack. Y'all know that. So what I'm telling you is, I thought that way too. But if I would have known my mom was doing crack, I would have known you, you, you forget your ass in trouble. You don't have nobody. You better go out and get married and go about your business and get you your own family. Cause you been a dead horse there. I didn't know that then. I just found that out that she was cracked. This girl, the same lady. Let me tell you something. The same lady that told me the truth. I seen her, and I talked to her, and she told me. She said that they were gonna kill me, and I said, "Don't you dare tell me nothing like that. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus." And then she said, "My mama wouldn't buy shit." She said, "Your mama was shit. Your mama talked about wouldn't even let her own daughter stay in her own house." And she just talked about my mama. And then she turned around and said some stuff about me because I couldn't afford to listen to her anymore. I got my own problems that I gotta live. Look at all these damn problems I got. Screwed up. Screwed up. All this stuff I didn't work for. Look at that, that violated me. I'm look at my age. I don't need no damn counseling. I mean, I don't mind going talking or whatever. Other than that, I need God. I don't need no damn counseling. I can talk a few, but 20 years is a long damn time. And where's that damn counselor at? Shoot, let me tell you this about me being a business owner, prior business owner. I talked to the IRS. The IRS man said that I was gonna owe them 330,000 or something, 26,000. I didn't owe them a dollar. I just paid a bill, paid cash. Shoot. This man thought that I started going through my disability. I couldn't even talk to defend myself. My sister-in-law wouldn't talk for me. Everybody, she mad. She trying to buy my little house because my house was worth 40. She ain't even never even came over here while her daughter was here. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to buy it. And then she thinking everything gonna turn out in her favor. Come to find out she didn't get a dollar. Cause you got my brother talking to that damn ex attorney, you know what I'm saying? The ex judge, DA, all this other shit. So he didn't gave him the 411 what to do. So she gets screwed out of everything. Now she get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? And then turn around and set me up. had me up here walking. Got me. I lost my license. I ain't drove in 2 years with a bad sticker going to try to get $50, knowing damn well I can't go in my old neighborhood. I ain't talking about that, but I'm talking about far up north. Them damn police don't play that up there. I'm coming up with a 2-year-old sticker with a social security paper to show them about social security paper. They don't want to see that shit. They tell her, you wrong for this. You know what I'm saying? She made, want to show me a lesson. Nah, okay then. But look what happened to her. Now she can't find no development. I don't even fool with her no more. You know what? At the end of the day, I want to tell y'all this. I don't mess with nobody no more. You know, I know some of them niggas try to come back and play me. That's sad. Some of them people I really helped them and their mama. And this type of respect they give me. So don't give me that black power shit. I'm down for whoever down with me. Okay? Whoever rocking with me, I'm rocking with them. And that's the way I'm rocking. So it ain't no black power shit. Because every time I got violated by the black person. Even though the white people was in on it. But you got the black people cooning for the white people. And I don't know why that people want to do all this black power. It ain't nothing wrong with standing for your color. But you got to turn around. You got to stand for what's right. And when a black person wrong, they wrong. Okay, that's the whole point. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay? Because let me tell you something, what I've seen. And I don't watch TV. And I done seen the news, watching TV on the news on my phone. And that was that Black Lives Matter. On that Black Lives Matter, I seen one time when they would ride to downtown and they this black man said, they just messed up our dinner and we was eating and they just messed up our dinner. I looked at him and I just said, I know he didn't. Because let me tell you something. The ones that acted the fool the worst was the white people. They acted a fool. Let me tell you something. They acted a fool. They acted a fool. They acted a fool. Because let me tell you something. They going to go to jail and get out. They ain't going to get killed on the way to jail. They acted a fool. These Caucasian people, European, or whatever you want to call them, these people lost their business behind our government, behind this damn COVID thing, and all this shit they doing. They lost their businesses, things that they work for. They suffer. That's why they out there with Black Lives. They don't give a damn about your life. They acting a fool because it's time to join together and to turn around and let these people have it. Don't try to get all bougie and everything because it don't pertain to you. Because let me tell you something. If I had the same attitude, sometimes I wish I did, but I can't take what I've already done. I could have turned my back on them damn kids. I could have done that. I could have turned my back on them people. But I can tell you one thing. If I would have turned my back on them people, and I know good and well that I could have died in this house, being in this house with no food, eating every 3 days, using the restroom outside. You know what feral is? Feral is living like an animal. I live like an animal. That's what I live like in this house, like an animal. An animal. I went from a 5-star chick to living like an animal in this house. I could have died. You know the lady, Carl Davis, the one that set me up that I talked to? Her and her daughter, they died. My brother, the big brother that was supposed to, that set up his sister, he died. I don't know if the young one, but he don't have no $1 million home, $1 million, all that stuff no more. The wife, she at home in her baby bed. And it's so many other, and the mayor, the mayor just got out of prison. You know what I'm saying? He on house arrest due to the COVID or whatever, house, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people being affected. And a lot of more people died. I know one of my brother helpers was trying to coach me out the house. Been knowing me ever since I was 12 years old. Tried to coach me out the house, trying to do something, trying to violate me. He dead too. There's a lot of people died. Well, let me tell you something. That could have been me. I could have been dead too. I could have been dead too. But I'm here and I'm telling this story. So at the end of the day, uh I want to give y'all my contact information. Let me see. What could I give you? I'm gonna try to see if because I want to tell you this too. When the lady called me to say happy birthday, and I said and I got in contact with her because I didn't think she would be around the corner. I really thought she was gonna be in Austin because that's where I looked her up at. But anyway, I checked in Dallas. She was around the corner. She was in the same building as Carl. Now Carl's doing a murder trial, but not a murder trial, but a rape trial. Now he back working for the city. It's amazing. How can I get violated? I didn't talk to so many people. I didn't talk to 20 agents. Man, I didn't talk to over 20 agencies, over 50, probably about 50 people of status. They not gonna do nothing. They all in on it together. They all in on it together. They don't want to. You think they want me to tell y'all all this stuff that they actually stealing people's homes and calling it a new development? They stealing their homes. That's what they doing out here. People are not losing their home due to COVID. They actually taking disability people homes. You may have some losing their homes, but at the end of the day, the city, this going back to the city. It was a lady that was doing a video on Facebook and she hit the nail right on the head. And I almost thought about that lady name. I tried to say one or two things on some people videos. Can you call me, please? And all this other stuff. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to say, hey, God damn it, I need some fucking help. Call me. I tried to get on the field. I tried to do the field guide, advice or something. I tried to do they shout out the lady T for a turn. I tried to say something. She was talking about selling stuff. I tried to do with the B or something, the T or something like that. The girl in California. I tried to her phone was not working. Cause think about it, I used to couldn't even function to even help myself. As a matter of fact, I don't know nothing about no damn video. So I don't want to turn around and rock y'all to sleep. But I hope y'all realize what I'm saying. This is really real, you know, and I would like for some people to get involved in this situation because I can't fight against police, politicians, and all this other stuff. I can't deal with all that. That's too much. You don't go from burying your mama to being attacked and it go on for years and years and you constantly just abusing me like every 2 to 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what they want me to do. They want me to either kill myself or they want me to say something out of line so they can act like I did something wrong, so they can blame it on me being belligerent or mental illness. No, I have no problems. I have not been on any type of medication in 8 years. I actually just started going to the doctor because I was in hiding for 5 years, and I actually been paying to go, out of my disability to go to the, for medical, and I just started going to the doctor because my liver was getting ready to mess up on the right hand side, and then the heart was getting ready to mess up too, and then by me not eating proper like I normally do, it started. I got plasma problems because what they doing is beating me down. They trying to kill me. Okay, they really literally trying to kill me, and it's just they. Oh, I want to tell you this. Soon as I started walking good, the IRS came in because I didn't owe them nothing, and they took the lien off the disability, off my disability. Because give a shot to Obama, because Obama passed a law that you cannot take a person disability, they hardship money. So they took the lien off. I end up getting. I started eating, and I actually did all my taxes and everything, and I didn't owe them a dime. I didn't owe them a dime. So I actually got my little money back years ago, but I didn't owe him a dime. And the man said he was gonna take my house, even if I gotta die, he was gonna get it. I didn't owe them anything. Okay. And there was a black man too that told me he didn't care if I lived or died. He gonna get his money. And I didn't owe them nothing. And he did not know that I was a tax preparer. He didn't know that. He just saw me file. I filed my taxes in my name, not my business name. He just said that I paid some cash off on a bill. And he wanted some, he seen that money that I paid and he wanted some more money. So look at that. Didn't owe them anything. And I've been hungry and everything with no water. Yeah, didn't owe them nothing. Just like the people turned around and took all my jewelry. They took it because they didn't expect for me to get better. And then when I got better, I caught them stealing. They actually wiped my laptop clean with all my information and uploaded Windows 10. Baby, I couldn't afford nothing. I can't be, I wasn't buying software. I'm not even buying software now. So they never planned on getting my laptop back. Okay, so I got a laptop with Windows 10. So he told me either I sign something or they keep my stuff. And I'm already being exploited by the mortgage company. So, and other people. So I just let them keep it because I had to pay my mortgage. And now I pay my mortgage and now they're going to keep my house. That's what they want to do. So I can't win. Either way it go, I'm being exploited. Just all the way across the board. And that's why I'm talking to y'all. That's why I call this thing an independent chick. You know what I'm saying? Because you got predators out there and they lucky. And I already knew that at 15 I was gonna have to get that operation. And now look at it. I don't have a vid. I sold a vid after the police tried to really rape me one day. And I know what day that was on. So I sold a vid the next day to pay for my finances. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that somebody get a hold of this and do something for me. Because at the end of the day, I don't ask nobody for nothing. I never had to. But today I have to. Because Dallas got a problem. Texas got a problem. Dallas, Texas has a problem. And I'm in 75227. Okay? I'm in PG. I be pushing water on the bus like I'm a homeless person. And I'm pushing on the home and be coming to these houses over here. And I push the water. Because I'm thinking that I'm always thinking of some kind of hope over the system. The system is corrupt. They taking people homes. That's what they doing. They taking disability people homes. They taking minority homes. So if they do this, then what are we going to have to leave anybody of color? So where are we supposed to go? Back south? And I was told that they putting lead in the pipes back there, like they did in that Michigan, Detroit. They got one good going to the good side, I guess the white side, and the other side it got lead in it. That's what I was told by higher up people. Just like I heard that day about the drug coming. How they had everything zoned off downtown. So y'all please get this video. Copy this video. I don't mind by telling you who I am. Shit, I'm Nita Hawkins. I'm in Pleasant Grove, PG. That's where I'm at. They call it PG. I'm in Buckner Terrace. That's where I'm at. Get involved. And I did let the water run for 3 days. Okay, so the water supposed to be 4,300. Damn, I thought I was trying to fix the water the first time. My water bill be normally $60. How do you let the water run for 3 days and got a $4,300 bill? How you go from that to worse? Who has a $4,300 bill within 30 days and really actually run for 3 days? If the water was dripping when you came in, it should have been dripping when you left. But let me tell you what they did in order for me to run it. they flushed it and capped it or something. So one day, I don't know when, but I know they did it one day because even the police watched them. I called the police, and the same police sat outside and watched them count me off. But what was the point of me signing the contracts? All they had to do was fix it. They never was gonna fix it. You think they did all that and they didn't get that money? Shit, they got that damn money. They got that money because they had me to sign all the contracts. They got that money. And then they was abusing me in my house. Yes, they was. They don't supposed to be coming in doing all that. They didn't even know that the tax lady was on the phone. They didn't even know that the mortgage lady was on the phone. The IRS is not gonna lie for you, okay? That lady, that IRS lady talked to me for almost 2 years. She could not believe how bad it was that what the city of Dallas has done. She couldn't believe it. And then, you know what? I ended up calling the U.S. District Attorney, and she called the FBI, and he wanted to know about the black man. Didn't say nothing about helping me, and got out the phone. I need some help. The attorney general ain't gonna do nothing because he just got through getting out for trying to beat a 5-year sentence. Where's he at? I thought it'd take 30 days to respond. It's been a long time ago. They ain't gonna respond. I heard somebody laughing, talking about they not gonna help you. They all in on that together. They ain't gonna help you. I know. I called the governor office 30 times. I was calling the governor office when I was running from the damn police. They showed me where the black man was when they let the man bleed out. And then try to act like he died on the way to the hospital. That's a damn shame. That's somebody's son. The mama so crazy, she don't even, I guess she don't, I don't know what they thinking about. That's somebody's son. That man had a child. We talking about murder. We talking about rape. We talking about no water. We talking about illegal foreclosure. We talking about so many things like, goddamn, do the police do anything? And let me tell you about the civil rights thing. It ain't no damn civil rights. Cause how did Jasmine Crockett end up telling me it's over? She got a 1-year-old daughter, a 2-year-old daughter. If that's what you're gonna teach your daughter, and she black, that it's over, somebody can rape her and it's over. How you a civil rights? And you telling somebody that they rights violated, they don't have no damn water, and it's over with. Because let me tell you something. When she was born, I was leaving the house out there on the street because the government was at our house. Now you think about that. See, because when they was violating me and I finally came out the closet and I told about 2 or 3 people, they didn't expect that. They didn't expect that they was violating somebody that was quiet and then the DA at the damn mama house. No, they didn't expect that. Now they acting like they gang affiliated. They gang affiliated. They rest. They can't talk about the Bloods or the Crips or any other colors, BDs, GDs, and all the rest of them. What do you think that is? I bet you was a man in this house. They ass would be all out at the bushes and stuff. You all in the bushes? You all chasing me down? You all trying to get on top of me? Like, what the hell is going on? You tell me a person can do all this and get away with every single thing that they have done, and nobody does nothing? And the people got to be asleep? How do all this stuff go on? And a person don't, and I'm sitting up here not even taking, not even, what about my fifth, my rights, my civil rights? And then and then I'm looking at this, and I understand y'all having a good time in other places and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm just looking like, what are y'all thinking about? You know, I don't even know what to say to get y'all attention. I don't know what to say. Stop for a goddamn moment. Quit talking about them goddamn celebrities. Start paying attention. Stop talking about them damn celebrities all the time. Some of you people are so wrapped up into celebrities where you can't talk about nothing else. Nothing else matters. You so off into celebrities. Why don't you turn around and get involved? Because let me tell you something, it wouldn't have been that bad for me if If I could have fought, it was too many people against me. I ain't even grieved over my mama. I got a broken heart. I did nobody even, you know what? And then the girl stood up and talked about me at the church along with the pastor. I'm telling you, they was turning me down. I mean, look at what I'm telling you, and look at what's happening now. That's the running me out the hospital, locking me out after the funeral, talking about me at my mama's funeral. Get involved. Take a break. Everybody don't have to be a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. I'm who I am. And the kids that I helped needed my help then. They could be mad. Or they could just don't know what to do. They don't probably, some of them don't know what to do. Because when I was helping someone else, maybe I should have been helping myself. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just get involved. Take time out. Because if you're the only person that have something and they taking everybody else's stuff, don't be sleep. If they taking everybody else's stuff, don't be sleep. Open up your mind. Quit talking about somebody already got something. If they taking other people's stuff, they already moving in. They already taking people's stuff. What you think gonna happen if you the only person has something and don't nobody else have nothing? If you allow them to do that, what do you think is gonna happen? I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it. That's what I'm gonna do. I end it. I will end it. I will end it.